Assault. Liz claims Sherry slept with her friend's boyfriend.
Yes, case number 315 on the calendar in the matter of Powell versus Schwinnari. Parties have been sworn in. You may be seated. Folks, have a seat.
What's your name?
Rianne Curry.
Rianne?
Yes.
You already pled guilty in this assault, is that right?
Yes.
Did you think you were coming to a dance today or something?
No.
Miss Powell, according to your complaint, this young lady assaulted you. And according to your complaint, she pled guilty to the assault, which she clearly says she did. But you said you claim that she was assisted in that assault by this young lady.
That's correct.
Who held you down, held your hair, and you, while she assaulted you.
That's right.
What's your first name?
Liz.
What?
Liz.
Why did your friend assault her?
It was over an ex-boyfriend.
What's the ex-boyfriend's name?
Greg.
How long ago was Rianne with Greg?
About a year ago.
Was Miss Powell ever with Greg?
I don't think she was. I think she just had slept with him.
Is that what she was annoyed at?
Yeah.
So Rianne was angry because she thought, right or wrong, that Miss Powell had been involved with her ex-boyfriend.
Well, her ex-boyfriend had told her that he had slept with her.
During the time that they were still together?
Yes.
Could you do me, you're her mother?
I sure am.
Good. Why don't you sit down? Because you're just here because you have the deep pockets. Step up here, Rianne. Now, when Greg told you about this assignation, did you beat him up?
No.
Did you punch him in the face?
No.
Did you kick him in the groin?
No.
Why not? Did you think that Miss Powell held him down?
No.
So why did you get angry with her?
Because we were acquaintances at the time, and...
So you think that because you were an acquaintance of Miss Powell, she owed you more loyalty than the boyfriend that you had with whom you were sleeping?
No, but...
I'm just trying to get the rationale. You got a boyfriend with whom you are intimate. And how long had Greg been your boyfriend?
A few months.
And you are crazy about him, right?
Not totally.
Well, I assume that if you were intimate with him, that you had some feelings for him. Is that right?
Yes.
And your boyfriend, with whom you have been intimate, says to you, when you weren't around, I slept with Miss Powell. Yeah, you start to cry, right? You got upset?
A little bit.
Did you yell at him?
Yes.
What did you say?
Many things. It was a year ago.
When did you assault Miss Powell?
October of last year.
And when did your boyfriend tell you that he had been intimate with Miss Powell?
September of last year.
Now, between September and October, had you seen Miss Powell?
Not really, no.
So the first time you saw her is when the assault took place, is that right?
Yes.
And where was that?
At Pool Hall.
And Liz was with you?
She wasn't there in the beginning, but she came around, yeah.
And she's a friend of yours?
Yes.
Had you told her about Greg's confession?
Yes.
You see how it all fits in? You want to know why? Because it's common sense. That's why it all fits in. Tell me what happened when you saw her.
I had seen her, and...
No, look at me. Don't look at the floor. Don't look at the water. Look at me.
I had seen her in the pool hall with him, and I got...
With Greg?
Yes.
Oh, she was with Greg in October. Is that right, Miss Powell?
We were friends, and at the time, she was dating his brother, who's Matt.
Okay. But you were with Greg, and you were no longer with Greg.
No.
So you saw her, and she was with Greg. And what did you say to her?
At first, I didn't say anything to her, and then when she had come outside, I had confronted her.
What did you say to her?
I asked her what the problem was, and that's when...
Well, I didn't hear about any problem. What do you mean what the problem was?
She disrespected me. That's the
How did
problem.
she disrespect you?
By sleeping with my boyfriend.
Disrespected you?
Yes.
Your boyfriend disrespected you?
Yeah, that too.
Okay. And what did she say to you?
She said, what are you talking about? And I basically said, you know, well, what I'm talking about. And that's when a fight broke out.
No, that's just words that I hear so far.
Mm-hmm.
After you said, I don't know what you're talking about, what happened, Miss Powell?
On that note, I did not say anything before it happened. There were no words said besides some name-calling from her to me before she hit me.
Where did she hit you?
In the face.
With what?
With her fists.
And where
she
was
scratching me.
Liz at the time?
Liz was standing behind her, maybe about 5 feet behind her.
No.
Anybody else with them?
Greg was walking with me outside, and Matt was outside. who at the time
That was
Rianne's boyfriend.
And then what happened?
She started hitting me, and she's saying, "Come on, Sherry, hit me, hit me." And at the time, it happened so fast that I barely knew who it was. I had no idea what she was doing or why she was doing it. And she went savage.
Okay, she's already acknowledged to the police and to the courts that she assaulted you. What I want to know is what Lisa's participation was, if any.
There were some words said.
By whom?
I said, "What the Rianne?" Like, I was totally confused. She said, "What the Sherry?" And then she was hitting me and scratching me and pulling me by my hair. I had turned her around because before I was up against a concrete wall, and she was pulling my hair and hitting me, hitting my head off the wall. So I turned her around to get away from the wall. And as I turned her around, I took control of her. And then Lise came in because she knew that I had some control. And she started pulling my hair.
From behind?
Yes.
And then what happened?
And then Greg said, which is Matt's brother, Rianne's ex-boyfriend, said, "You have nothing to do with this, Lise, get away." And from what I understood, Greg had taken her away, but I think that she had backed away.
You mean Lise?
Yes.
Okay. How long did she hold your hair?
Maybe about 10 seconds, not even.
While she was holding your hair, what was Rianne doing?
She was hitting me and scratching me.
Judge Judy continues in a moment.
Sherry had Rianne by the throat and had her fist out like that.
Sounds right to me. She started it.
Yeah. What else would I do? Just sit there and be like, "Oh, you can go and hit my girlfriend?"
Yeah.
Real cases, real people. Judge Judy. 18-year-old Sherry Powell says her former friend, 17-year-old Lee Schwannard, owes for an assault. Lee says she was trying to break up a fight between Sherry and her friend.
Okay. Now I'll hear you.
When they were fighting, I was in the car with my two friends. Rianne had been taken a little while, so I went to see where she was in the pool hall, but they had been outside. And I came in, and Sherry had Rianne by the throat against a brick wall, and my first intention was to pull her off of her. Like, this girl's way bigger than my girlfriend, so I was like, "Kate, no, this is retarded." So I pulled her off there, and then that's when Greg told me, "Back off these," and I was like, "Kate, yeah." And I stood there, and they finished their fight, and then we left.
Why did you put your hands on her?
To pull her off my girlfriend.
You have no right to do that.
Well, if you, like...
You have no right to do that.
Yeah, but she was sitting there hurting.
Listen to me. I don't believe that you weren't there and didn't see how it started. Don't believe your cookie. Don't believe your cookie. You knew exactly what was going on because she's your friend, and you knew she was angry at her.
But I wasn't even there when it started.
Don't believe you, my dear. Don't believe you. It's just too coincidental that at a time when she seemed to be getting the upper hand, you stepped in. Just too coincidental to me.
I stepped in for 2 seconds to get her off Rianne. That's what I did.
When you got her off Rianne, did Rianne continue to assault her?
Rianne wasn't even hitting her when I pulled her off. Sherry had Rianne by the throat and had her fist out like that.
Sounds right to me. Sounds perfect to me. She started it. She hit her first, she confronted her first, she assaulted her first.
Yeah. So that's what happened. That's what happened. I'm not saying that's not what happened, but I pulled her off my friend. I walk in and she's got my friend by the throat. My immediate reaction is to do that. Like, what else would I do? Just sit there and be like, "Oh, you can go and hit my girlfriend?"
Yeah. Yeah.
Why would I do that?
Because then you wouldn't be standing where you are. If I believed you, which I don't, because I find that somebody who can't even figure out that their shirt is supposed to meet their pants when they come to court is not going to tell me the truth.
I'm not going to tell you. Why would I stand up here and lie?
Why?
Yeah, exactly. I have no reason to sit here and lie.
Oh, yes, you do.
No, I don't. I have no reason. No. I don't even talk to her no more. This has been a year ago.
Let me explain to you why you do. Because she's suing your mother. Because your mother is responsible for you. She's suing your mother for $5,000 because you permitted, at least for a period of time, your friend, who also doesn't know how to dress when she comes to court, to assault her by holding her hair and allowing her to be hit. You did that.
But that didn't even happen.
You have a police report, please?
No, they would not release it to me.
Do you have a hospital record?
Yes, I do.
May I see it, please?
I have a picture, too.
Okay.
I have a police statement. Would you also like to see that?
Mm-hmm.
and I have an apology letter from Rianne.
Do you have a separate lawsuit against Rianne?
I haven't sued her. I do intend on suing her in higher courts. So far, she had just pleaded guilty in Canada for assault on October 8th this year.
Okay. Step up, please. What's your name?
Matt Duke.
You were there that evening in October, sir?
Yeah.
Tell me what you observed with regard to this young lady holding the plaintiff.
She was in the car when Rianne was starting all this stuff, and then when she came out, she didn't know what was going on. I just seen her run past and try to go and help out her friend like anybody else would. And my brother pulled her off before she could get involved, so it wouldn't be a 2-on-1 or anything like that. And in the meanwhile, I told Rianne, that's enough. No more fighting. That's when the fight stopped.
Sit down, genius. What did you plead guilty to, Rianne?
Assault onto Sherry.
Were you sentenced yet?
What I have here is my 12-month conditional discharge.
Can I see it,
is what
please?
they gave me.
Can I see it, please? She wrote you a letter of apology because she was directed by the court to do it.
She wasn't directed.
No, I offered.
Who just said that to me? Which one of you two geniuses said I wasn't directed, she offered it? Who said that?
I did.
Okay. This assault happened in October of 2003, is that right?
Yes.
If your friend was truly sorry for what she had done, the letter of apology would have come not a year later, but the next week. Do you understand?
Yes.
Good. The letter of apology, which was directed by the court. It's here in the order. This is the dumbest bird. You just have to listen to this. That a court accepted as an apology letter.
18-year-old Sherry Powell says her former friend, 17-year-old Lee Schwannard, owes for an assault. Lee says she was trying to break up a fight between Sherry and her friend.
I didn't have to write this letter of apology. I chose to. What happened between you and me was a huge waste of my time. But I'd like you to know that you should be apologizing too because of what you did to me. I have to let it go because I've realized a lot about both of you. I know how hurt and angry you'd be if another female stabbed you in the back like that. The both of you are in my past, and I've moved on to better things. So, on my behalf, I apologize for doing what I did to you.
Touching.
Touching, and
Very
the
touching.
future of our country. Future of our country.
Or theirs.
Or theirs. Oh, Canada? Oh.
Can I make a note on that
Listen!
letter?
You have no right to put your hands on another person. She has no right to put her hands on another person. If your boyfriend disrespects you by fooling around, you do what's necessary to him. You can move out of the apartment, kick him out of the apartment, you can break off all contact, you can yell and scream, but as long as there is no allegation that someone held him down and forced him to submission,
No.
it's his fault.
She had a part. It takes two to have sex. Like,
She's not your boyfriend.
no, she's not.
She's not your boyfriend. She wasn't even your friend. According to you, you knew her. She owes you no allegiance. You weren't married. You weren't engaged. You had a boyfriend for a couple of months. What do? I mean, do you work? Do you go to school? Do you do anything?
Not right now, no.
You don't do anything?
No.
You better find something to occupy your time.
also
Judgment for the...
pregnant.
What?
She's also pregnant with his kid.
Oh. How
has nothing to do with
how
this,
fortunate
Sherry,
for the
so why
people
bring
of
that up?
Canada. Judgment for the plaintiff in the amount of $2,500. That's all.
Parties are excused. You may step out.
Sherry's a fat cow who shouldn't even be getting anything.
She took her frustrations out on me.
She was attacking my friend, and she's 10 times the size of my friend.
I had taken control because I knew that this girl was crazy.
I got over-tempered.
Yeah, that's kind of crazy.
She's mentally freaking touched in the head.
And now the next case.
All parties in the matter of Garrett versus Cook. Step forward, please.
Hotel clerk Alan Garrett is suing the mother of his child, 27-year-old student Candace Cook for the unpaid balance on a Toyota Supra. Candace says shortly after taking ownership, the engine died.
Mr. Garrett, the defendant is your former girlfriend and you have a child together. Is that right?
Yes, ma'am. Well, we weren't boyfriend and girlfriend, but we had a relationship, yes.
Well, you weren't her math teacher, right?
No, ma'am.
You weren't her plumber, right?
No, ma'am.
In a classic sense. You had a relationship. She was a girlfriend or something.
Yes, ma'am.
You had a child together.
Yes, ma'am.
You have custody of that child.
Yes, ma'am.
And you've always had custody of that child.
Yes, ma'am.
How old is the child?
A year and a half.
Boy or a girl?
Boy.
According to your complaint, you sold Miss Cook a car.
Correct.
Back in March. It was an old car, a car that you were not using. You sold her the car for $600.
Correct.
And she acknowledges that that's what happened, correct?
Yes, he gave me a car. Well, I mean, he didn't give it to me, but it was agreed to pay for it eventually.
You don't have any other children, do you?
I have an older child, yes.
Where is that child?
With my mother.
How old is that child?
9.
What do you do?
I'm a student at this time. I'm just now getting back to school and trying to get things together.
Where are you a student?
I'm at the Richland Community College.
Anyway, in March you sold her the car for how much, sir?
$600.
And according to what I read in your complaint, you did that because she wasn't visiting your son regularly and you really wanted her to be able to visit him.
Correct.
She had the car from March, is that right? Until September, is that right?
Yes, around that
I mean,
time.
are you together? Is there something wrong?
We're not. No, I'm just... He didn't said it wasn't for visit. It was because he said he wanted me to get a job and everything else.
Job would be nice here.
And so, you know,
Job would be nice. What do you do? You have 2 children. Somebody else takes care of both of your children. You should be working. Who is this?
This is my roommate.
This is your roommate. Do you work?
Yes, I do.
Good. What kind of a job do you have?
I'm a computer technician.
What are your hours of work?
It's usually afternoon 1 to 10 p.m.
That's a full day. Do you have, I'm speaking, do you have children?
No, I do not.
So you support yourself?
Yes.
That's what people do when they have themselves to take care of, or in your roommate's case, when she has 2 children that are being supported by other people. They get a job. Now you can sit down. Perfect. Now, she ran the car and had the car in her possession until September, when, according to you, what happened to the car?
The engine blew, so I parked it. And then I called him and said, it's calling. I'm going to call a junkyard. And then once I get that money, I'll give you the money that I get from the junkyard. Well, I get a call from some guy I don't even know, never met, never anything, saying he's going to come get the car that Alan told him to come and get it. So that's where it turns up. I gave the car to somebody else. I don't even have it.
Somebody to pick up the car?
A friend of mine that I had originally got the car from expressed interest in it. I told him the story about what had happened to it. For whatever reason, he was interested in the car. I said, well, if you want to talk to her about it, I'll give you her phone number. And I passed that information along so he could call her.
But he didn't give you the car. Did he give you any money for the car?
No, ma'am.
No. So you're at your $600, is that right?
Yes, ma'am.
Good, good. Judgment for the plaintiff in the amount of $600. That's all. Get a job.
Parties are excused. You may step out.
Par.
All rise. This is case number 350 on the calendar in the matter of Starnes versus Chinook. Parties have been sworn in, Judge. You may be seated. Ma'am, have a seat, please.
You know what I find fascinating, Bird? I find it fascinating that people come here and they look as if butter could melt in their mouths. They're so sweet. I come outside and I look at this 2 little innocent faces. You know, they look like they belong on a postage stamp. And then you hear what they had to say about each other and what they did, and it's, you know, it's like everybody has 2 personalities. Fortunately, I get the nice personality, right? It is your claim, Mr. Starnes, that the defendant, who used to be your girlfriend, falsely accused you of hitting her with your truck. As a result of that, you had to spend money for lawyers, you had all kinds of aggravation. Did you spend any time in jail?
7 days.
7 days in jail. And you want her to compensate you for that. Ms. Chinook says that you did, in fact, have a hissy fit, maybe because she threw her shoes at your truck, which she did because she was angry. And she doesn't really remember the whole incident, but she does remember after she threw the slippers at your truck, she remembers seeing your taillights, and the next thing she knew, she woke up in the hospital. You say, I didn't do any of that. I don't know how she got there. Some other truck must have dropped out of the night sky and hit her. Right?
Yes, ma'am.
When did you and the defendant stop being boyfriend and girlfriend?
7/12/03.
Interesting that you remember the date. And you've, since that time, had some problem because she wants her CDs back.
Yes.
CDs that you either purchased together or you kept. So there's been an ongoing problem over these CDs. Is that right, Ms. Chinook?
Yes, ma'am.
What was the date of this alleged hit and run?
7/14, 7/15.
What took you so long to come to court?
The plaintiff, Keenan Starnes. We had a court date scheduled.
Because the criminal case was pending, is that right?
Yes.
Okay, so you had to wait for the criminal case to be over before you came to court.
Yes, ma'am.
Because you have a counterclaim for your medical bills.
Yes, ma'am.
Now, after you had had these ongoing discussions with Ms. Chinook about the CDs and how she was going to get them back, you decided to go over to see her, or you stopped by her house. Is that right?
No, ma'am.
Well, where did this incident happen with the slippers?
About, say, 2 miles from her house, at some mutual friends' houses.
What did you drive by there for?
I was actually headed to the mall. I just picked some friends up around the corner, and we seen her out in the yard and stopped and talked to her.
Who stopped to talk to her?
Me and my witness, Brittany.
Brittany is your new girlfriend?
Yes, ma'am.
Well, tell me what you said to her.
She wanted the CDs back. She said that she wanted them back by 10 p.m. I told her that I had bought the CDs and that I wanted to get copies of them and she could have the bought copies and I would take the computer issue ones and that they would be returned to her.
Now, how long had she been asking you for these CDs?
2-3 days.
And was there any reason why you had this discussion with her with your new girlfriend in the car?
No, I just bumped into her.
And you decided to stop and talk to her about the CDs with the new girlfriend in the car?
Yes, ma'am.
And this was 3 days after you broke up? You have a short attention span.
Me and Brittany weren't together then.
We're just friends then?
Yeah.
Okay, now when he told you you weren't getting the CDs back until after he makes copies of them, he took off, and what happened?
Ma'am, I'm sorry. That is not what happened. I was at Lone Oak Manor. It was not 2 miles from my house. I did move here recently. I was over at Lone Oak Manor staying with a friend. They drove through once, beeping their horn and flipping off the apartment that I was in. Then when they came back through, they actually left and came back again. And, good Lord.
So you went out?
I went outside the second time that they came through.
That was silly, Ms. Chinook. What'd you go outside for if he's behaving like a jerk?
Because, ma'am, my CDs were my life. That's the only thing that I owned at that point in time.
Your CDs were your life?
Yes, ma'am.
You better get a new life.
I know.
You better get another life. If your CDs are your life, your children are your life, your family is your life, sometimes a profession is your life. Some men say golf is their life. But I never heard anybody say, my CDs are my life. So you went out after you saw him the second time, and what happened?
I went outside. I told the plaintiff, Keenan, that I wanted my CDs back and that I knew that him and Brittany were together. She was supposed to be my friend at the time, Your Honor. According to several witnesses...
Don't say, I don't care what witnesses say. I don't care if they were together or not, other than the fact that he stopped to talk to you with the new girlfriend in the car, which is pretty stupid. But that's probably consistent. All right, so you went outside and you said, my CDs are my life. Give me my life back. And he said, you'll get them back after I dub them. Is that the right word?
That's the right word.
Right word. After I dub them, you'll get them back.
Yes, ma'am.
And then he peeled off?
No, ma'am.
Then you cursed him?
They started cursing. I started
What about cursing? Then you cursed him?
Yes.
There came a point when he took off in the truck, and you took off after him.
Yes, ma'am.
What did you do when you took off after him?
I took off after him. I said I want my CDs. I took off my sandals. I did throw them at him. I was upset.
Did they hit the car?
Yes. One of them actually flew inside the car window and hit a 16-month-old little boy in the head. I did not know he was in the back seat.
Who's 16-month-old little boy?
Megan.
What was the baby doing in the car?
They were going with us to the mall.
And then what happened?
He put the car into reverse. We got into a conflict again in the middle of the road.
What kind of conflict? You can't say you got into a conflict. So far, I'm hearing all kinds of stupidity.
We were arguing, yelling, screaming, cussing. About that time, he told me to kiss my ASS goodbye and my CDs.
And then?
I can't really remember anything after that. I was in the middle of the road. They put the car in drive. They took off. And the last thing I remember is taillights. That's the only thing I remember after that.
Where did you wake up?
In the hospital.
You have the hospital record?
Yes, ma'am.
Can I see them, please?
Just all of them.
All right, Mr. Starnes, you want to tell me your version of the events, sir?
Yes, ma'am. Me and the plaintiff dated for 34 months.
Listen to me. I don't care.
We split up.
I know that.
Okay.
Get to the 15th of July. That's all I care about. I don't care about, other than the fact that the new girlfriend is interesting because it shows your poor judgment in having a discussion with the old girlfriend after 3 days with the new girlfriend in the car. Sounds pretty dumb to me. Other than that, I'm really not interested in your social life, sir. I'm more concerned with my own social life. So let's move on to 7:15:03. She threw her slipper at the car.
We were there having our altercation in the parking lot.
She
threw her
threw
slipper at the car.
the slipper in the car.
I drove away.
And that's your story. And you're sticking to it, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Good. You have a certificate of disposition on your criminal case?
Yes, ma'am.
I'd like to see it.
It's got to be one of these.
So the case was dismissed, sir, because she did not remember anything that happened. Is that right?
Yes, ma'am. She refused to testify.
No, it doesn't say she refused to testify. It said, according to your lawyer, who files this affidavit with me, he said he went out to speak to her, and she said she didn't remember anything that evening and didn't remember being hit.
Yeah.
However, the police department did, in fact, interview a multitude of witnesses, according to the police report that I have here, and the multitude of witnesses, sir, say that you backed your car into her. Mm-hmm. You know that?
Yes, ma'am.
Well, you think that all those people were lying to the police?
They must have been.
I don't know, because there goes that car. That car that just popped out of the sky, along with all the other aliens. Huh?
They did not show up in court, so I don't know.
Well, maybe the police didn't take this case seriously enough. You know you could have killed her.
Yes, ma'am.
You're lucky. If you would have killed her, they wouldn't have let it drop so fast. You know that, don't you?
Yes, ma'am.
Good. There isn't a question in my mind, Mr. Starnes, that you hit the defendant with your car. And being that is the case, sir, you are not entitled to your counsel fees back, your aggravation back, or anything else. You hit her with your car and you left her laying in the road. So your claim is dismissed. But on her counterclaim, I am awarding her $1,500 for her medical bills. Thank you. That's all.
Parties are excused. You may step out.
Really, this is over somebody not getting their way, and they wanted to show out.
I had no right taking my sandals off and throwing them at his car.
That's 2 court appearances I feel like I've been ripped off on, but...
Brittany Robbins pretended to be my friend the whole time, and the whole time she was out to get my old man.
I wasn't out to get her boyfriend. We ended up together, and that's the way it was.
Both of us have anger problems, and that's probably had something to do with it.
She just couldn't keep her mouth shut, and that's the way it goes.
And now the next case.
All parties in the matter of Collins versus Baddick, step forward, please.
Nurse Tammy Collins is suing fellow motorist, 25-year-old technician Chris Baddick, for throwing a bottle at her car. Tammy says Chris was annoyed at the rate of speed she was driving.
Miss Collins, on what date did this incident happen with your car?
This incident happened on May 15th of 2004.
And on what road were you traveling?
I was traveling northbound on Highway 67 on my way to work.
Highway 67 is in what state?
It is in the state of Missouri.
According to what I read in your complaint, you got into some sort of a situation with a truck.
Yes, ma'am.
And you weren't moving fast enough. You were in the left lane. Try to get over to the right lane. You couldn't. Anyway, this truck became exasperated with the way you were driving, culminating in the fact that the person who was driving in that truck threw a bottle, a beer bottle,
yes,
or some sort of bottle, out the window of the truck. It hit your car, causing damage.
Yes, ma'am.
And it is your claim that Mr. Batting was the person who tossed the bottle out of the car, causing the damage to your car. Mr. Batting was stopped some distance away from where this incident happened as a result of you placing a call to the police.
Yes, ma'am.
What did the truck look like?
It was a white and gray Ford F-150.
White and gray?
Yes, ma'am.
Was it new or old?
It was in a 90s model. The distinguishing factor of that truck was that there was a large dog in the back end of it.
Do you remember what the dog looked like?
It was a Rottweiler.
Now, it is your position, Mr. Batting, that you had nothing to do with this incident?
Absolutely not.
Judge Judy continues in a moment.
What are you doing driving around in your truck with a dog in the back bed of the car? Oh, it's not an answer.
She likes to ride in the back of the truck.
When did she tell you that?
Real cases, real people. Judge Judy. Tammy Collins says fellow motorist Chris Batting threw a bottle at her car while they were driving on the freeway. Chris says she's got the wrong guy.
How long, Mr. Batting, have you lived in the state of Missouri?
All my life.
Now, what county do you live in?
St. Louis County.
What county do you live in?
St. Francis County.
Where were you, in St. Louis or St. Francis County when this incident happened?
We were actually in Jefferson County, which is the county in between the two.
And where was your truck pulled over, sir? Jefferson's?
Jefferson County on Highway 55.
Okay. Let's say that between those three counties, there were, say, 1 million people. Would that be a fair statement?
That's fair.
We're going to, Mr. Batting, play with the statistics and the law of averages a little bit. Of those 1 million people, how many would you say, Mr. Batting, and you could give me an educated guess, sir, and if you get my drift of where I'm going, just smile along any time, sir. How many people do you think who live, 1 million people, have white and gray Ford trucks?
A few hundred, maybe. I don't know.
A few hundred. Let's say 300.
300.
And how many people do you think, of those 300, Mr. Batting, in addition to having a Ford truck, have a Rottweiler?
Maybe half.
That's generous, Mr.
Okay.
Batting.
It could be
generous.
all of them. I haven't checked.
That's generous. But let me take your figure. Let's say of the 300 people that have a Ford F-150 truck, 150 of them also have a Rottweiler. Now, of the 150 who also have a Rottweiler, how many of them do you think at about 3:15 in the afternoon were riding in their Ford F-150 trucks with their Rottweilers?
How many?
Give me a number.
I didn't see any.
5
others.
people.
5, yeah.
Five, maybe 5 people. Now, of those 5 people riding in their Ford F-150 trucks somewhere in the state of Missouri, in those 3 counties, how many of them do you think were around the area where this bottle got thrown at the plaintiff? Would you say maybe 2?
Maybe 2.
So that what you're saying to me is, since you were driving in a white and gray Ford truck, right?
Yes.
With your Rottweiler in the back of the truck.
Yes.
When you were stopped by the
police,
that there was a 50-50 chance, given your best scenario, that it was somebody else who threw the bottle at her car. That's what you're saying to me?
I don't believe there was a bottle thrown at her car, so I don't know.
Well, just a minute, Mr. Batting. Your answer doesn't question that there wasn't a bottle thrown in her car. You say, I never saw this lady. I wasn't there. I don't know what she's talking about. You don't say we got into a thing with our cars, but I never threw a bottle. You're saying it wasn't me.
Right.
Wrong. Can I see the estimate of the damage to your car?
Yes, ma'am. There's photos here. There's a copy of the police report, which you already have, and also an estimate from a very reputable auto repair facility.
What are you doing driving around in your truck with a dog in the back bed of the car? It's not an answer.
She likes to ride in the back of the truck.
When did she tell you that?
Very often.
I want to know when she told you that. She tells you that often.
Not with words, no.
All right, Miss Collins. I see where there were little chips on the car. I see your estimate. I think you can get the car painted for $1,000, and that's what I'm awarding you, not $3,500. Mr. Batting. Got to hold your temper, sir. Got to hold your temper. Somebody isn't driving fast enough for you. Take a deep breath. Life is short. Do you understand? That's all. Goodbye.
Parties are excused. You may step out.
And her boyfriend, 20-year-old Andre Coates, are suing their former roommate, Delilah Gonzalez, for stealing belongings such as their TV, stereo, and power tools. Delilah is countersuing for the return of her security deposit.
Order. All rise. Yes, case number 306 on the calendar, the matter of Ratcliffe Coates versus Gonzalez. Parties have been sworn in. You may be seated.
According to your complaint, you, and this is your boyfriend,
Yes.
signed a lease with the defendant,
Yes.
who you knew, to share an apartment together.
Yes.
It didn't work out. She left, and you claim took some of your property when she moved out. You
Yes.
want her to either turn over the property or the value of the property. Ms. Gonzalez says that you forced her out of the apartment in mid-September. She had, in fact, paid you September's rent, and she is counterclaiming for the rent that she paid, as well as harassment. She said that you forced her out. How did you know each other before you went to this apartment together?
Andre and Delilah used to work at Sears together.
Why did you ask her to leave the apartment?
She was selling and she was dealing drugs. She was doing drugs in the house. There was drugs.
What
kept
kind
in
of
the
drugs?
house. Marijuana.
When did you move in together?
We first moved in March into her apartment. Her boyfriend broke up with her after 6 years, and we felt sorry for her. She was saying that she was going to have to move. And
You moved in
all
with
that
her in
stuff.
March?
Yes.
When did you sign a lease for the new apartment?
In May.
From March until May, you never saw any evidence that she was selling drugs?
I knew that she smoked weed, but every time that she did it, I was always in the room or I was never there.
But you knew that she smoked?
Yes, I did.
So why would you rent an apartment with her?
Our name wasn't on the lease, and we felt sorry for her. I mean, she was a friend at the time, and she needed help. We were helping her out.
Baloney.
That's what you think, but...
Yes, baloney. Because if you know somebody is doing drugs, then you don't... When you're living with them, then it seems to me, if you're not involved... Stop speaking. Then it seems to me, if you're not involved in the same kind of activity, then you don't go into an apartment leased together. That doesn't sound very smart, right? And don't tell me you were doing it because you felt sorry for her.
No, in May, actually, before we moved into the new place and before we signed the new lease, we talked and said that we did not want drugs in the house. We didn't want her doing any drugs. We didn't want anything in the house, and she agreed to do that. The first night that we were in the house, she went and she sold weed out in front of our house, and we weren't even in the house for 20 minutes, and she was already smoking weed. I told her that she needed to stop doing that we agreed to not be doing any drugs in the house.
What property do you say she took out of the house when you told her to leave?
She took a TV, a surround sound system, all of my jewelry. She took a car jack stands, power tools, DVDs.
Did you call her and say, where's my stuff?
Yes, I did.
You have a police
she told
report?
us that we did not deserve to have it back and hung up on me.
Is that what she said to you?
Yes.
Could you have a police report, please?
Yes, I do.
May I have it? So you called her on what date?
We called her the day that it happened when we got home on the 14th of September.
And you got her on the phone. Where did you call her?
On her cell phone.
And she said you don't deserve to have it back.
I also have pictures of what we came home to.
I'd like to see the pictures, please.
She also took panties of mine. She took our pillowcases off of our bedroom, off of our bed set.
Shh. Okay. I'll hear you.
The first day I was there, I sensed attitude, and I asked, what's wrong? Is there something bothering you? They told me, no, nothing's wrong. 2 weeks later, it came out telling me that they don't want me there. I go, well, it's a little too late.
Why do you think that happened?
I don't know.
Did you ever have a discussion with them about drugs?
I work for a pharmacy, and
that's all right.
It's illegal, you know, I work in a retail pharmacy, so I guess legally you would say I'm a drug dealer if I work at a pharmacy.
No, I'm not talking about dealing. I'm talking about using.
Street no, pharmacist. I don't use.
Yeah.
No, I don't use. And I get drug tested to go to work, so naturally I wouldn't have a job if I was using drugs.
How often are you drug tested? Randomly.
If they feel that there's drugs missing in the pharmacy, they can randomly drug test me.
Okay, so what happened September 14th?
Well, previous to that, Sunday, I believe it was the 12th, she came up with a crowbar threatening me to move out of the house.
Why?
What?
Why? What did she say to you?
She told me, you're smoking weed in my house, when I was outside. I was outside sitting on a seat, minding my own business.
And what did you say to her?
I said, no, I'm not, and I'm not going to sit here and yell and waste time and energy because I'm not going to get anywhere. You guys have been trying to get me out of here for the longest time, but knowing that I have nowhere else to go, I mind my own business, I pay rent and bills on time.
Okay. Did you take any property there that didn't belong to you?
No, I did not. I took my own property.
Oh, and it just happens to disappear the day that you move out?
Listen to me. You have receipts for any of your jewelry?
No, it was given to me from my grandmother, and she died. So that was the only thing that I had.
You have a receipt for the television set?
Yes, we do.
Yes.
The television and the surround sound system.
Bert, can you look here and just show me, I know I'm missing it someplace, how much these things cost?
The stuff is right here.
That is just a proof of purchase that was on our account that we have at Sears.
Which is stolen property from Sears.
How is it stolen property? We have warranty for it.
How is it stolen property from Sears?
Because they all used to work there, and they would steal property from there. And I was there while I was at work. I never said anything. I was just doing my job by working.
So what you're telling me is this is all stolen property? Okay? The surround sound, listen to me carefully, the surround sound and the TV, stolen property.
Yes, including all the tools in the garage.
Judge Judy continues in a moment.
Listen to me very carefully, sir. Did you think I was born yesterday?
No, I didn't.
I have purchased merchandise for more years than you and your girlfriend have been on this earth.
And later today...
He's too young for you. Yeah. Even when they're 34, they don't know much. I agree. But when they're 24, they know less.
Real cases, real people. Judge Judy. Serena Ratcliffe and her boyfriend, Andre Coates, claim former roommate Delilah Gonzalez owes for the return of their belongings. Delilah claims the items in question were stolen from a department store.
You paid for it in cash?
Correct.
Baloney.
I pay cash.
Let me tell you something. When you buy something and you pay cash, it tells what you paid for it. Show me where on your bill of sale does it show what you paid for this television and surround sound.
I don't have the purchase receipt. Those are receipts that are put into your file.
Listen to me very carefully, sir. Did you think I was born yesterday?
No, I didn't.
I have purchased merchandise for more years than you and your girlfriend have been on this earth. And whenever you purchase something, they give you a receipt that says the date of purchase, what you purchased, how much it cost, what the tax was, how you paid for it, and a total.
The only thing that aren't on those...
Quiet! Has that been your experience?
Oh, yeah.
And if you don't have that, sir, you have no case. Do you understand?
No.
No. Well, everybody else that's paying attention gets it. Every time you make a purchase, whether you are an employee, whether you are Spider-Man, whether you are a judge, a peace officer, when you purchase something, you get a receipt that, among other things, lists how much you paid for it.
That is a receipt. The other papers that I gave you are a receipt.
Not satisfactory to me. So I have to assume that since you do not have a receipt of what you paid for, the television, the surround sound, that Miss Gonzalez is absolutely correct. That you stole this merchandise from Sears.
Then how can we get that?
Well, I have no idea. Listen, this is not I've got a secret and 20 questions.
No,
you have a responsibility to produce evidence. Evidence.
That is
and
evidence.
Not satisfactory to me, sir. So your complaint is dismissed. That's all. Now you have a counterclaim. Your counterclaim is for your security deposit.
Yes.
How much was your security deposit?
$666.
She was not able to pay any of that. We ended up having to pay her part.
No.
Okay.
And for our landlord was going to give her a 30-day notice because of everything
Do you
that's going
see my
on.
mouth moving?
Yes, I do.
Good. Do you have proof that you gave them a security deposit?
No, I do not.
Good.
I just have...
Proof I like.
Okay.
Do you have proof that you paid them September's rent?
No, I do not.
Did you pay them September's rent?
Yes, I did.
And how much was your share of September's rent that you gave them?
$330.
Is that what she gave you for September?
Give us any rent.
Did she give you rent for August?
Yes, but she had already been, August was done.
When?
In
The end of
July.
And did she give you July's rent?
Yes.
When?
The
end of June.
Yeah.
So what you're telling me is for the 2 months that she lived there, she paid you rent in a timely fashion, but in the month that you threw her out, she didn't pay rent at all in September.
Mm-hmm.
Is that what you're telling
Because
me?
we've been having problems. And no, she was not thrown out.
No, I don't believe that. I believe that she paid you the rent.
30-day notice.
I believe that she paid you the rent. You gave them $330?
Yes, I always pay before the 1st.
Well, that's what they said. That's what they just testified to. On the counterclaim, since I find that you were, in fact, forced out of the apartment, there may have been good cause because I believe that you were probably smoking dope there, but I don't know. This thing sounds very unseemly to me. But they can't put you out of the apartment, and I believe that they did. They even acknowledged that they told you to get out of the apartment. So on the counterclaim,
How would you like it if someone was doing drugs in your
your
house
claim is
around
dismissed.
you?
That's all. Step out.
Parties are excused. You may step out.
It was either quit doing drugs and you could stay in the house or move out.
I wasn't allowed to eat their food. I wasn't allowed to park in the driveway. I wasn't allowed to have company over.
We don't want to be around it. We don't need it. We don't need cops coming to our house because she's selling drugs in front of our house.
I thought they were my friends. I did a lot for them, and for them to do this to me and drag it on was really hurtful to me.
We worked hard for our stuff, and a stupid little like that can come in and just take our stuff and not get in trouble for it.
How are they going to sue somebody for stolen items to begin with?
Don't move in with her. She's a drug dealer and she'll ruin your life.
And now the next case.
All parties in the matter of Clark versus Muir. Step forward, please.
34-year-old loan officer Diana Clark is suing her ex-boyfriend, 24-year-old landscaper Brian Muir, for an unpaid loan for bail. Brian says it wasn't a loan, but rather a very nice gesture.
How old are you, Miss Clark?
34.
Do you work?
Yes, I do.
What kind of work do you do?
I'm a loan officer.
Ever been married?
Yes.
Have any kids?
Yes.
How many?
2.
Do they live with you?
Yes, they do.
You their sole support?
Yes.
You're a nice-looking woman.
Thank you.
Got nice dimples. How old are you?
24.
He's too young for you.
Yeah.
Even when they're 34, they don't know much.
I agree.
But when they're 24, they know less. What do you do for a living?
I'm a landscaper.
Who do you live with?
My daughters,
How old are your daughters?
5 and 6,
Where is their mother?
not around.
For how long?
About a year now.
Who helps you care for your children while you're landscaping?
Their grandmother.
Okay. Miss Clark, according to you, you loaned Mr. Muir $500 for bail because they were going to come and arrest him unless he sort of liquidated some warrants that he had for something that I'm going to find out.
Correct.
And you were dating at the time.
Yes.
He paid you back a little bit?
A little bit.
But he didn't pay you back the whole thing, and then he stopped taking your calls. Mr. Muir says that it was a nice gesture on your part, but not a loan. That's your defense, is that
Correct,
right?
ma'am.
Why did you need bail, sir?
Well, I had got into some trouble. I had got into a fight in my neighborhood. And the result of it, they put a warrant out for my arrest for third-degree assault and breach of peace. And
Why did they put a warrant out? Did you not go to court when you were supposed to?
not right away, ma'am.
No. Did you expect an engraved invitation this next time?
No.
Did you expect someone to come in your house in a tuxedo, perhaps, and bring you over to jail? You just decided to blow it off.
No, I was waiting until I was financially stable to take care of.
You were waiting until you felt like it.
No, I was waiting until I was financially stable.
Financially stable. And when did you think that was going to be, Mr. Muir?
Well, I had just started a new job, so I had planned on doing it as soon as possible.
How did Miss Clark find out there was a warrant outstanding for you?
It was brought up in a conversation that we were having At a friend's house.
And when you told her about the warrant, Mr. Muir, what did you say?
I just said I have a warrant, and I have to turn myself in.
And she said?
And she said, anytime you want to turn yourself in, I'll be glad to help you out.
How much later did you call and tell her you needed her help?
It wasn't but a few days.
So a few days later you called her, or you went to see her and told her, well, I'm ready to turn myself in, I need your help?
Well, I was over a friend's house, and when she came over there, I told her that I was going to turn myself in, and that's when she offered to bail me out, Your Honor.
How did you know that he needed bail money when he turned himself in?
He called me from the bail bondsman's phone.
Really?
Yes.
You forgot about that.
Actually, Your Honor, I did not call her from the bail bondsman's phone. The bail bondsman lives next door to my friend, and I had talked to him beforehand, and I had let him know that if I needed to be bonded out, that I was going to use him.
Go ahead, Miss Clark.
No, he called me from the bail bondsman's phone and said that he was at his home and he was going to be turning himself in. Could I go ahead and bail him out like I had told him I would do?
When did he make his first payments to you?
April 16th.
And when did you bail him out?
April 13th.
And how much did he give you on April 16th?
$50.
When did he make his next payment to you?
April 23rd.
How much?
$40. There was, just so you know, there wasn't a previous amount that I had loaned him also. So that part of what I have written down here was applied to what he owed me previous to that as well.
What did you lend him money for in the past?
He wanted to go back to his hometown to see his friends for his birthday.
Your Honor, if I may, the money that I did pay her back, she had brought me home to see my friends and family. The money that I did pay her back was the money that she loaned me. She never said I had to pay her back for this bail, Your Honor. I paid her back $130. That's what she loaned me when I went to Boston.
$130?
Yes, ma'am.
How much did he pay you altogether?
$230.
So you gave her $100 in interest?
No, I only gave her $130.
She says you gave her $230.
I only gave her $130, Your Honor.
Are you sure about that?
I'm positive about that.
So that if I find that this was a loan, you owe her $500, not the $370 that she says. Is that right?
That would be correct.
Good. Mr. Muir, did Miss Clark assault anybody?
No, she harassed.
No, just a second.
No,
Did she
ma'am.
assault anybody?
No, ma'am.
Did Miss Clark have a warrant issued for her arrest because she blew off letters from the police?
No, ma'am.
Who did? Raise your hand.
I did.
Raise your hand.
Me.
Higher. Raise your hand all the way
I
up.
did.
What makes you think that she should take care of your bail? She's a working woman. She's got 2 children that she supports. Why in the world would she pay for you and you feel no drive to pay her back as quickly as possible?
She has spent abundance of money on me. Abundance. She took me out for my birthday and spent well over $1,000. If that was the case...
Foolish.
If that was the
Foolish,
case,
because I want to tell you something. She must see something in you that I don't.
It's the good looks, Your Honor.
Have you looked in the mirror lately?
Yes, I have.
Mr. Muir, you have 2 children, 2 little children, that you say are in your custody because their mother is off somewhere. That means that the only chance your children have of growing up to be responsible adults is if they have you as a responsible parent.
Correct.
You were foolish enough to hook up with somebody who turned out to be a non-parent and dumb enough at your age to make 2 babies. Now it's your responsibility to grow up and fly right. Do I make myself clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Judgment for the plaintiff in the amount of $370, because that's all you're suing for. That's all. Out.
White versus Polk. Parties have been sworn in. Judge, you may be seated. Ma'am, have a seat.
Miss White, the defendant is your niece.
Yes.
And according to your complaint, your niece had been living with you.
Yes.
You went away on business for a couple of weeks. And it is your claim that either your niece or someone that she invited to your home destroyed some of your property. And the most expensive thing that was destroyed was your car.
Yes, a 95 Nissan Pathfinder.
And that was damaged because, according to you, the car was not in good running order, and you had brought it back to your home to just sit there until you could take care of it. It was not to be driven. Somebody, either the defendant or someone else, drove the car, and because it was driven with no oil, the engine seized or something happened to the engine.
Exactly.
And the engine has to be replaced. Ms. Polk said somebody else did it.
Yes.
Oh, okay. How long was your niece living with you?
Ebony moved in with me in March, the middle of March.
Why?
I took Ebony out of a bad situation, Judge, and I let her come and stay with me. I was taking Ebony to and from work until I started having the trouble with the Pathfinder, which was in June. It started leaking oil, and I was told that by the mechanic, I have here the estimate. I needed a real main seal rod bearing, a main bearing. Sure.
Because you're just reading that. You don't understand what all that is. Ladies usually don't understand what all this is. It just as it doesn't run.
Yes, but that's why the Jeep was parked.
That's why it was parked?
Exactly.
Okay. So the original estimate back in June was $1,650 for parts and labor to fix the car at that time. So from middle of June until July the 6th, the car was just sitting.
Just sitting.
And your niece was living with you
at that? She was still there.
And you were not giving her rides to and from work in this car?
No, she had to catch city transit.
Okay, so far is that correct?
Yes, that's correct.
Oh. And then when you went away on July 6th, were you going away for business or pleasure?
No, business. And I was gone for 2 weeks at the group home. Ebony asked if her best friend, Brandy, could stay in the home with her while I was gone. I had no problem with that. When I returned, my Jeep wasn't parked the way I had left it. And I knew then it had been moved. When Ebony came home that afternoon, I asked her what happened. And she told me that they drove that Jeep. And she had it towed back to my house.
What happened when you drove the Jeep, Ebony?
Well, I wasn't driving the Jeep. My friend Brandy was driving the Jeep.
Were you the passenger?
Yes.
So it doesn't make any difference. The two of you were in the car. Why did you take the car?
Because the fight had broke out at the house because I had a party. And, you know, a fight had broke out at the house, and I just said I had to go. It was still early, so we got in the Jeep and we went riding.
But you knew that you couldn't use the Jeep because
I know. I already know.
What do you mean you know, you know?
I know. I know the Jeep. I didn't know it was messed up like that because when we got ready to get in the Jeep, an oil leak, I looked under the Jeep and see if it any oil on the concrete. It was no oil. So therefore, I thought it was fine. I didn't think it was major like that. So we got in, started driving. Before we could get back to the house, it just stopped. I towed it back to the house. I got it back, I got it back to the, property fine and all right, but I feel
Well, you didn't get it back fine and all right. It had to be towed.
Well, it got back. It was better than leaving it on the side of the road.
You have another estimate for the car?
Exactly. Your Honor, not only that, Ebony went in my daughter's bedroom. I have a handicapped daughter. I had just bought her a 50 CD changer, took that child's stereo out, put it in the den. Now I'm left to buy her another stereo. They demolished that. 5 of her CDs were taken. Only the cases are left.
I was not responsible for that. It wasn't my fault. I did not know the CDs were gone.
For anything.
And I didn't know the stereo was messed up until she told me about it.
Well, can I ask you a question?
Yes.
What kind of fight broke out in the house?
Well, it was a little scuffle, and when the scuffle happened, I told everybody they had to go.
Well, how many people were everybody?
It was only meant to be a few friends, few of Brandy's friends. It ended up being about 50, 60 people, and I knew that wasn't even going to work. So I told everybody they had to go.
She didn't have permission to have anybody in my house.
Well, listen to me.
I have here.
You made a big mistake.
Yes, I did. Yes, I did. I admit I did.
How old are you?
19.
Okay.
I feel like it's not my fault. I ain't had nothing to do with it. I wasn't driving it. I feel like I shouldn't have to pay for it.
Well, what about the carpet and the furniture?
The carpet?
Don't answer her yet. I'm still adding.
I'm sorry.
Let us assume that the damages, Miss Polk, that your aunt is claiming to her carpet, to the CD changer, the CDs, which she has itemized at, well, it's less than $44.23. It's less than that because I'm deducting the original $16.50 that you were going to be charged to fix the car. Let us assume that all of that is correct. Carpet got stained because somebody spilled wine on it.
I offered to clean it, though, but she had a little attitude. I told her she had to wait till I got paid. But if she couldn't wait, she had an attitude. I got a mop and bleach, and I tried to get it up. It was some stains, but I told her I was going to get the stain cleaner. She couldn't wait. Oh, well.
Where are you living now?
I stay with my friend.
Good.
Thank you.
Real cases, real people. Judge Judy. Rita White claims her niece Ebony Polk owes for the cost of a car engine and damage to her home. Rita says Ebony has a bad attitude.
Go ahead.
Your Honor, I have here where I had my carpet and furniture cleaned. I have the receipt here. I've already paid for that. Ebony feels like she's not responsible for anything.
Yes, I know that. What are we going to do about that?
Well, she cannot come back in my home.
Perfect.
There's no way.
Good.
I don't want to come back anyway.
She shouldn't come back to your home. Look, you spent $270 on the carpet.
That was the carpet and the furniture, the love seat and sofa.
And what
together.
about this CD changer?
Yes, that cost $279.
Do you have a bill for it?
No, I don't have that. The original price was like $319, but it was 6 months old because I bought it for her 25th birthday.
That was not my fault.
Well, whose fault was it? Tell me.
The gentleman who was in there who started the scuffle.
But I didn't tell
anyone. Just a second. You allowed those people into your home.
I didn't know it was going to be that many. I did not know all those people was coming. Brandy knew all those people was coming. I did not know. It was only supposed to have been a couple of people. Those was Brandy's friends. She is suing the wrong one.
Why didn't you call the police?
Because. Why?
What's a because?
Why? They were already gone. I didn't know who it was.
Oh. Listen to me. Some people are helpless. Some people are hopeless.
I am not hopeless.
Hopeless. Hopeless. Not helpless. Hopeless. Waste no more of your energy. You tried to do the right thing, didn't get there, doesn't get the message. She's got the attitude. It's never going to go away. You try to be a nice person. You said, invite your friend over. Don't stay alone. She abused your trust. She has no sense of right and wrong. She's 19 years old, so she's still young. But with that kind of an attitude, she's never going to change. Wash your hands and say, finito. And concentrate on your children, concentrate on your job, concentrate on what you do, concentrate on the fact that she owes you $3,038. Judgment for the plaintiff.
Parties are excused. You may step out.
The Jeep was not my fault, and I'm not paying for that. And she knew that, so oh well.
All I can say is I love her. I love her. And I'll continue to pray for her.
She should have been talking to Brandy about that because those were her friends. She drove the Jeep, and it's her fault. Oh, well.
I tried hard for Ebony.
And now the next case.
All parties in the matter of Johnson versus Blocker Thomas. Step forward, please.
35-year-old administrator Gina Johnson is suing 30-year-old nurse Crystal Blocker Thomas for the cost of a wedding veil.
Miss Johnson, were you and the defendant friends before you loaned her your veil?
Yes, acquaintances for about 8 years.
Acquaintances, but not good friends?
No.
It's your complaint that you loaned her your wedding veil. She was getting married, and when she finally got around to returning it after many requests, it was ruined, and you want the value of it.
Yes, Your Honor.
So I'd like you to tell me when you agreed to loan her your veil.
We played basketball together in a women's basketball league, and our league had just ended. It was about March. And probably around the mid of March, we went to a restaurant and discussed that she was getting married sometime in July and how expensive it was to get married. And I explained to her that I knew a lot of ways to cut costs, and I had some items that she could borrow. And I had not heard from Crystal after we had that lunch until the morning of her wedding, and that was sometime in July. She called me at 6:45 a.m., spoke to my husband. She called back about 9:15 that morning. And I explained to her, you know...
What did she say to you when you spoke to her at 9 o'clock in the morning?
She says, "Hi, Gina, this is Crystal. I'm calling you because I would like to borrow your wedding veil. You remember when we had the conversation about borrowing the veil?" And I said, "Yes, I do." I said, "When you get married?" She says, "Today." And I said,
"So you were not really close friends because you weren't going to the wedding?"
Right. Correct.
So you're just acquaintances?
Right.
So go ahead.
And so when I talked to her on the phone, I said, "Well, Crystal, I have plans today. You know, you're getting married today. What time?" And I believe she said about 4 o'clock. And I'm a woman of my word. I said that she could borrow it. I was going to let her borrow it. I didn't want to leave her out. And so about that time, I told her, "Okay, I've got plans. You need to meet me closer to my home." She agreed to meet me about, I guess it was about noon. And I met her, gave her my veil in its original plastic bag on a hanger hanging in mint condition. And she got out of the car, and I crossed the street and gave her my veil. I said, congratulations, get this back to me as soon as you can. She says, no problem, thank you.
Okay, so you had your wedding?
Yes.
Now you say she gave you the veil.
Yes.
Well, let me hear, because the wedding, it's clear that the veil must have come back in terrible condition, which you'll show me in a minute. Tell me about your recollection of the conversation that took place in July when you got married.
Okay, we were at Ken Ride's, and as she stated, we were talking about the wedding. Gina just openly said, Crystal, if you need anything, I have so many things that I'm not going to use again. They're not, you know, they're going to be totally obsolete, so if you need anything, just call me, and I'll be more than willing to give you whatever I have. She said, because I know I'm not going to use it again. So I said, okay, well, I don't believe I need too much because I'm pretty much finished.
You called her the day of your wedding?
Yes.
And you told her you didn't have a wedding veil. Had you forgotten to get a wedding veil?
No. Well, I guess I did forget because I wasn't going to wear a piece. I wasn't going to wear a headpiece.
And then you decided to wear a headpiece.
Right.
So you called her first thing in the morning.
No, I called her about, because I went to go get my hair done first thing in the morning. And the way she did my hair, I realized a veil would probably look better.
So you called her and asked her for hers?
I asked her, did she have one? Because we never discussed that I would use her veil. I asked her, did she have one? And she said, as a matter of fact, I do.
When she gave you the veil, she gave it to you on a hanger?
She gave it to me on a hanger with 2 safety pins in it.
And it was covered with plastic?
A trash bag, not a bridal bag.
It was covered with plastic?
Yes.
And it was in perfect enough condition for you to use that day. I assume you used it. I assume you used it that day.
I didn't use the entire veil. I altered it.
What do you mean you altered it?
Because we let her know, because I was with my friend Tamara that dropped me up, that was doing the driving rather. And she let me know, Tamara let her know, this will
Where's
not
Tamara?
work. This is Tamara right here.
Step up. Did you ever tell the plaintiff that you were going to change, alter, cut, modify the veil?
Yes, ma'am, we did mention that day because when we...
No, I want you to tell me what you said, because she said she didn't say anything.
Well, when I looked at the veil, I said the headpiece would have to come off because of how Crystal's hair was done that day, because it's a headband type headpiece. It would not go over her hair.
And when did you tell that to the plaintiff?
Right when we got out the car, because we were both out of the car. And actually,
did she tell you that?
No, Your Honor. The first time I saw her, she was behind the wheel. I had never spoke to her.
Did they ever tell you that they were going to do anything to alter your headpiece?
No, Your Honor.
Of course not. Let me see how they returned it, please.
Your Honor, and I also have my friend Teresa Cackley, who is here as a witness, who heard the original conversations.
I don't care what the original conversation was. Nobody gives a stranger their wedding veil. Now, when it was returned to you, I read your complaint, and you said that this is just a piece of... Where's the whole piece?
She still has it, Your Honor, and that's a headpiece.
This is the actual headpiece.
When it was returned to you, it was returned to you in a garbage bag full of other things?
Yes, Your Honor.
Why?
I didn't return it to her. My husband brought it to the gym because she was talking badly about me to her.
Well, she wanted her wedding veil back. Why didn't you give it back to her?
She let me have it. Why would I give it back if she let me have it?
Listen, is that also a piece from her wedding veil?
No, this is how we auctioned it. This is the actual necklace that went on the veil. As you can see, we just...
Just a minute. Was that originally on the veil when she gave it to you?
No.
That?
No.
That was your piece?
Yes.
Now, this has nothing to do with money. So I want you just to answer my question. Do you have all the pieces now that you had from your veil?
No, I don't, Your Honor.
What is missing?
As you can see, someone picked the pearls off of the back of it. You can see where some of them were glued here, and they've been removed off the veil.
So there's no way that, I mean, you're going to get your money. There's no way you're not going to get your money, whatever the cost of the veil was, because Miss Thomas is not operating with a full deck. I never heard of any young woman who thought that she borrowed either a wedding dress from an acquaintance, not a friend, not a best friend, not somebody who was invited to the wedding, from an acquaintance, borrowed a wedding veil, borrowed shoes, borrowed a bag, and then said, oh, it's mine. I can now treat it like garbage. You're absolutely outrageous, and your husband is a bigger slob by returning it in that garbage bag to her with some old dead flowers in it. Was there wedding cake in there, too?
Your Honor, that is her bouquet that she returned and did not know it was in the bag. And that's the only way I could get her to return my calls, that she wanted her bouquet back.
Really? Why did you want your bouquet back? No. Just answer don't think about it. Just tell me, why did you want your
Because
bouquet
it's my
back?
bouquet, and
oh, so it's your bouquet.
Right.
And you want it back. Sue for it. Sue for it. I want you to listen to me very carefully. You're going to be unsuccessful.
Okay.
You want to know why? Because your husband gave it to her.
Well, she gave me her veil.
No, she didn't.
She never said it was
No,
alone.
she didn't. You just told me your husband gave her this entire bag. I am finding that she loaned you the veil, which you destroyed. But it's so interesting to me, Miss Thomas, that you say, well, it's my bouquet from my wedding. I want it back. And you can't understand why really a stranger who was being nice to you gave you her wedding veil, which is expensive, which was lovely, and you think, she gave it to me, and I don't have to give it back to her. So, you want those flowers? I suggest you file a lawsuit. I hope it doesn't come before me, because if it comes before me, you're not going to get it back because your husband gave it to her. Judgment for the plaintiff in the amount requested. The veil is worth at least $220. That's all.
Thank you, Your
Parties
Honor.
are excused. You may 602 and 604 on the calendar. One in the matter of M. Zamora versus Jones, the other one in the matter of R. Zamora versus Jones. Parties have been sworn in. Judge, you may be seated. Folks, have seats, please.
According to your complaint, you and the defendant were living together. You planned on getting married. Didn't work out. He moved out.
Okay.
You claim he owes you some money for some rent, some bills, and in addition, shortly after he moved out, he came back, there was an altercation, and he injured you, and you want him to pay your medical bills.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So, when did he move out?
He moved out in June of '99.
And what month's rent do you claim he owes you?
Last month's rent.
Which month?
October.
But he wasn't living there.
No. His name was still on the lease, so I expect him to still pay half.
And how much was the rent?
The rent was $430.
Okay. Now, what kind of damage did he do when he moved out?
While he was leaving, police officers were present because previous altercations between us. After he did leave, there were damages done to the apartment.
After he left?
Right after he took all the furniture and everything out with him.
Like what kind of damage?
Holes burnt in the carpet, holes in the walls. I have pictures if you would like to see.
I'd like to see the pictures, and I would like to see the landlord's estimate. Have you moved out of the apartment?
Yes, I have.
When did you move out?
I moved out in October.
Now tell me about the next part of your lawsuit, which has to do with an assault.
He came to my apartment after he had left. He had heard rumors that I was seeing somebody new and got jealous.
When was that?
This was in September. He came to my apartment. We got into an argument. We ended up outside, and an altercation happened between us.
Well, tell me about it.
I was arguing with his new girlfriend, and he grabbed me by my arms, putting multiple bruises on me, which I also have pictures of. We were pushing and shoving, and my knee popped. The ambulance was called. I went to the emergency room.
Well, how did your knee get popped?
He pushed me.
Not true at all. Not true at all, Your Honor.
How did he push you?
When he had grabbed me by my arms, I was trying to make him let go of me. I tried to get away. He grabbed me from behind with his right hand around my throat. When I was trying to get away from that, I was twisting and turning since he had a hold of me, and that resulted in my knee popping.
Were you fighting with his girlfriend?
No, I was not.
Were you fighting with him?
Yes, I was.
How were you fighting with him?
Trying to get his arms off me.
How did you get outside?
I was trying to get him out of my apartment.
How were you doing that?
He tried to shove his way in my door, and I told him to leave. It resulted in a fight. He tried to steal my cat, try to get my cat back. After that, that's when he grabbed me by my arms and then grabbed me from behind with his...
How did you try to get your cat back?
Just ran after him.
Were you arrested for that?
No, ma'am, I was not.
Were you taken into custody?
No, ma'am.
No charges were ever filed with regard to that case?
Later on, about a month later.
I pressed charges the same day, Your Honor.
It was about a month later, I've received a phone call from my father at work. It said that there was police officers came for a warrant. I turned myself in, and then it proceeded from there. I had to go to court for it and everything.
Well, that's what I want to know. You did go to court. Did you have a lawyer?
Yes, I did.
Did you appear before a judge?
Yes.
Was the case resolved?
Yes.
How was it resolved?
I had deferred prosecution, or I had to stay away. We had to both stay away from each other for 180 days, If no altercations were occurred in 180 days, then the case was dismissed.
You may call it a deferred prosecution, but it really is a period of 6 months probation.
Okay.
Did your lawyer explain that to you?
No, he didn't explain it to me fully. Like I said, he said I had no charges were pending or anything like that. The prosecutor informed me that there wasn't enough evidence and I had too many witnesses.
Don't tell me what the prosecutor told you about not enough evidence. There wasn't enough evidence. You should have insisted on a trial. Then you would not have had a 6-month probationary period. What did you go to her house for in September?
I was with her sister and my girlfriend here. We went to her house. I dropped her sister off. She said she had to talk to her. And at that time, we had a cat that I got, and it was running around in the stairs. It ran up the stairs. I followed the cat. She was already talking to her sister at the time with the door open. I went up there to get the cat. I picked up the cat. Then the man that moved in with her after I left the place started saying stuff to me, arguing with me. Then she proceeded to argue with me. She came at me, smacked me in my face, started punching me in my chest.
Not true.
I went to walk away. Her sister grabbed her, told her to leave me alone, to let me go. I grabbed the cat, proceeded down the stairs, got all the way outside of the apartment building. She ran past me, went to my car where my girlfriend was sitting. The window was cracked. She was talking on her cell phone. She proceeded to stick her hands through the window, the cracked window, grabbed her by the hair,
Not true.
and started pulling her out through the window.
Did that happen?
Yes, it did.
Go ahead.
That time she grabbed her, I told her to let her go. I did grab her arms to pull her hands away from her hair. I said, let go of her hair, let go of her hair. She said, no, I'm not going to let go. I said, let go of her hair and I'll let you go. She finally let go of her hair. I backed away, and then she proceeded at me again to hit me. She got out of the car, then Monica proceeded to go after her. When she started proceeding to go after her, she hurt her knee, fell down.
Your Honor,
Then the
I have
ambulance was
pictures
called.
of the multiple bruises that were on my arms that he gave me.
Oh, I'll take a look at them.
There's no other way I could have gotten these.
I'll take a look at them. How do you think that happened, Miss Zamora? How do you think these black and blue marks happened?
By him. He gave them to me.
How?
By grabbing me and holding on to me. Mm-hmm. He's done it for 5 years. It wasn't the first time.
Real cases, real people. Judge Judy. Monica Zamora says her ex-fiancé, Ronald Jones, owes her for rent and for medical bills resulting from an altercation. Ronald says Monica slashed his furniture and slandered his name on the internet.
All this isn't as clear as you make it appear. I want you to know that I understand that. He says that there was another person that moved into the house shortly after he left.
He lied about that.
Just a second. Did you at that time have some other person, a male, staying over occasionally at your house?
No, ma'am. Never did he stay one night. Yes, I started seeing somebody. This is the reason he came to my apartment.
I mean, I don't see why he would come over there with his new girlfriend.
His new girlfriend is my new boyfriend's ex-girlfriend.
So
That's
what?
the reason they're together.
So what?
There was nobody staying with me.
Listen to me.
I had 3 jobs to pay my bills.
Listen to me. He didn't come over there because he was jealous. He may have come over there because his girlfriend said to him, why are you being such an idiot and paying the rent when he's staying over there with her? Now, that may or may not have been true. Certainly, he was there on that September day when this altercation took place.
Mm-hmm.
Is that right?
Yes, ma'am.
Put your hand down. You know, you have to be objective even with regard to your own children, right? Now, I want to know why you went outside.
He took my cat and grabbed it. That was a gift to me.
So you went outside after him?
Yes, I did.
And are you telling me you never went over to his car?
No, I didn't. I didn't even
Step
see.
up.
Didn't even see his car.
Step up. Tell me your name.
Jennifer.
Jennifer what?
Martinez.
I want you to tell me about this day in September of 1999, if you can recall it.
Well, like Ron said, I was sitting in the car talking on my cell phone. The window was cracked about maybe this much, and she reaches her hand in the car and says, get out. And she's grabbing me by the side of my hair. She has me by the side of her hair. I asked her, what are you doing? She said, get out. So she reaches her other hand, and at this point in time, both arms are in about this deep. She busted my face on the left side underneath my eye. At that time, Ron went over there. He was like, look, let her go. There's no need for this. We're leaving, we're leaving, we're leaving. So she's like, no, get her out of the car. I want to beat her up and so forth and so on for whatever reasons of her own. To this day, I don't know. Fine. So she tries to get me out of the car. So I told her, how am I going to get out the car out of a crack of a window? Let me open the door. So she's all pressed up against the door.
Okay, that's all I want to know. That's all I want to know. Sit down.
Thank you.
Sit down. I want to hear something, Mr. Jones, about your countersuit.
Okay.
You say that Ms. Zamora took a knife and ripped up furniture.
That's correct.
Tell me about it.
That day, the day I moved out, she called the cops because I wanted to move out.
Why would the police be called to the house?
Because I wanted to take my stuff with me, and she thought that she was able to keep it. When everything was in my name, I had receipts for it. I showed the police.
Okay, so that's why the police were called, because
Yes.
you were taking some property out of the house. Okay, and what happened?
The police told me I had to get my stuff and go as soon as possible. So they waited there. They waited there until I got my stuff out. Before the police were called, before the police got there, I was moving some stuff downstairs to the...
What stuff?
I was moving clothes. I was getting my clothes, putting them in bags, and taking them downstairs to the basement, so when my family got there to help me move, I'd be all ready. When I came back up, she was putting a knife back into the kitchen sink. I started to proceed to move the furniture out of the living room, and there were slashes in the side of them. I do have pictures if you'd like to see those.
Can I see them, please?
I saw the furniture.
There's one slash, is that right? Is that what you're telling me?
There's a slash in each end of the couch and the love seat.
I see. Did you do this?
No, ma'am.
There's no reason for me to rip my own furniture when I paid for it.
No.
There isn't.
I paid for that furniture. That furniture was in both of our names, but it didn't matter to me. I just wanted him to leave.
Well, why do you think somebody would slash the furniture like that?
I have no idea why he would do that.
I
Or
have no
who
idea
else
why
would do
anybody
it. I
would
don't
do
know.
that to their furniture either. All right. There's another part of this lawsuit. Now you can stand up, Mr. Zamora, because you're suing him because you say he borrowed $350 to use as a security deposit for the apartment. Did he borrow that money for security deposit?
He borrowed the money to get an apartment and incidentals. He did not have a place to live. He had just started to work.
Security deposit is $445. Who put down the security deposit?
I borrowed the money from him, Your Honor, for the security deposit.
So you put down the security deposit on the apartment with his money?
Right. I put down a first month's rent, and he loaned me the rest of it for the security deposit, which I borrowed $550 from him.
And you paid some back?
I paid some back.
So $350 is left. Is that right, Mr.
Yes.
Zamora? So your daughter did not put down any security deposit in this apartment. Is that right?
Correct.
The cleaning and painting is just $395.
Yes, I'm only asking for half the last month's rent, but I want him to pay for all of the damages because he did the
No. $395 is cleaning and painting.
Okay.
Half of that, say it's $200.
Okay.
But he's already got $350 in there for security deposit because she didn't put any in. You can't get it both ways. You can't get your loan back from him, plus you're going to get back the money from the security deposit that's not eaten up by the landlord's cleanup. You can't get both. You following me? Perfect. So, in addition, I don't believe your daughter with regard to what happened that day in September when she called the police and there was an altercation at the house. I don't believe her story. What?
We have previous police reports of their altercations.
I don't care about previous. That's not what I'm here talking about. I'm telling you, I do not believe the story that your daughter told me that he assaulted her the way she described it and that she was solely without blame. I do not.
It takes two to argue.
I do not believe that it came about the way she described it to me, that he, for no reason whatsoever, assaulted her. I do not believe it happened that way.
We have previous police reports of him assaulting her.
Stop it!
Oh, no. I mean, so he's not going to stop assaulting her unless you tear him apart.
I believe that she got bruised in the arm because she went after his girlfriend in the car. I believe that that happened. Now, I'm not saying you're blameless with regard to the altercation that happened in the house. I believe that you shouldn't have been there.
Correct.
Period. End of discussion. You should not have been there. You precipitated something that developed into maybe more than what you bargained for. You had no cause to be there at all. But I do not believe it happened in the way that the plaintiff described, so I am not holding you responsible for her medical bills. You have a hospital report?
I should.
Sir, and I'm not even entertaining your defamation of character end of your lawsuit. She said she put nasty things about you on the internet?
Yes, Your
Like
Honor.
what?
I have a paper printout up from American Online.
Let me see it. Do you have a report from any of these?
A report?
That says that what the x-rays found?
I think that's all I have, Your Honor.
Show this to the plaintiff, please. Is that your handle on the internet?
No, it's not. But it's funny. But no, I did not do this.
What proof do you have that she did that?
That is her online name. Her nickname is Coca. Since I've been with her for 5 years, it's always been that. My friend was online. She emailed him. He didn't know who it was. He looked up her online, her profile. That's under her profile. He called me the next morning and told me what was going on. So I asked him to print me a copy of it.
Did you ever use the name Coca?
Yes, it's been my name for a long time.
Well, why didn't you say that? I said, is this your handle? You said no.
Oh, I thought you asked me if I did that.
I didn't ask you if you did that. I said, is this your handle?
Yes, it is.
Uh-huh. Why would anybody put such a terrible thing on the computer?
I don't know, ma'am. I can't tell you because I didn't do it.
No?
I did not type those things. Anybody could have typed that.
Well, I know that. I know that anybody could have done it.
Could have even been her sister. Her sister has added quite a bit of fuel to the flame between these two, including taking him to the apartment.
Could have been a lot of things. Somebody else could have used her name, and somebody else with a grudge against both the defendant and his new girlfriend might have written that both of them are highly contagious with one or more venereal diseases. So there may have been somebody who used your daughter's name, who also had a personal axe to grind against these two people, who would write something like this and put it on the internet. That's possible. It's a bit far-fetched. It's a bit far-fetched. If I was satisfied by the required quantum of proof that she had in fact done this,
okay,
oh, I would award you substantial damages.
Can I say something, Your Honor?
Sure.
I'm very familiar with online. You cannot get on somebody's profile without your password to get into that computer.
How do I know about this profile? How do I know that somebody
That's exactly what that statement is from. That's from her profile. That's why she puts her nickname in there. That is her profile.
Do you understand that? Bert, all I want to know from you is...
You can't get on somebody's profile.
Could anybody have written that?
Fundamentally, Judge, anybody could have written this.
Right?
Yeah.
That's what I thought. I want to tell you something. I'm not convinced that you're going to get a penny from the assault, because I think that you were at least partially involved with her, which caused the bruises to your arms, so you're not going to get a penny for that. You're not going to get a penny for your $350 that is outstanding from the loan. Get it back from the landlord when the lease is over. You are going to get $215 towards October rent. Do you understand? That you're going to get. I am, in fact, satisfied that the plaintiff did damage your furniture, because I see no reason why somebody else would damage furniture that they intended to use that looked brand new to me. Do you understand?
Yes.
You understand. So I'm offsetting the $215 that he owes you for the rent to have your furniture repaired. Goodbye, folks.
Parties are calendar in the matter of Harper versus Boozer. Parties have been sworn in, Judge. You may be seated. Ladies, have seats, please.
Miss Harper, the defendant was a friend of yours, according to your complaint. You loaned her some money. According to you, you have a note to prove the loan. She did not repay you the entire amount, and you want it. Is that what this is about?
Yes.
Defendant says she borrowed some money, not as much as you claim. She paid you back every cent that she owes you. So, when did you make this loan and why?
I made the loan to Lisa on 6/20/01 because she had written 6 fraudulent checks and she needed the money to repay the checks.
Well, how did you find out about this need that she had for the money?
She called me on 6/19 at 10 o'clock in the morning and asked me to pick her up from work because she had a warrant out on for these checks. So.
She had a warrant out?
Mm-hmm.
How much money did she tell you she needed?
$1,200 and something.
Go ahead.
I had a loan that I had previously and I had paid it off. So she asked me if I could help her. Could I see if I could borrow the money from there to help her out?
What money? Explain that to me.
I borrowed some. I had a loan already at First Franklin. It was, where I could go back and borrow money if I needed to. So then I called them and I asked her, could I borrow $1,200? And she said I could borrow up to $2,000. So I told her I didn't need that much, that I needed $1,200. So I had to do $1,500.
Why did you have to do $1,500?
I couldn't borrow $1,200.
So let me see the loan papers where you borrowed $1,500. Okay. And the total payments that you had to make with all the interest that they add up was $2,280 on this $1,500.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Go ahead.
So then I got the money, and they wrote me out a check, and I had to take the check to the bank, and I cashed the check. And me and my witness, Alice Tanner, we went. I had to pick Alice up to take her to work, so we went to Lisa's sister's house. And I gave her $1,480. And I had her sign.
Now, let me see the note that you say you had her sign. Would you show the defendant this and ask her if it's her signature? Is that your signature?
Yes, it is.
Fine. Okay, so I'm going to read this note. It says, I, Regina Harper, that's you, borrowed $2,280 from First Franklin Financial Corporation on 6/20/01 for Lisa Boozer, in which she, Lisa, agrees to pay $100 on the 20th of every month until the balance is paid in full. And you signed that?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So, how much did you give her back?
Judge Judy, first of all, it was 5 fraudulent checks, okay? The total came up to $830. I have the receipts right here where I paid them. I had $100 of my own money. My mother gave me $30. Regina only gave me $700. I never seen none of the agreement that she signed with the loan company or any of that.
You signed this piece of paper?
Because she said she needed, she was going to get her bills consolidated, and that she needed to let them know that she was not paying that back, that I was the one that would needed to pay that back, not her. Me and her splitted that. She needed money for school to pay school off to get her, her grades. She gave me $700, and she kept the rest of it.
Well, how am I supposed to tell that from this note that you signed? How am I supposed to tell that? I mean, are you an unintelligent girl?
No, I am not.
Well,
me and Regina both went to college together, and she knows this.
If you went to college together, so you are clearly an intelligent young woman. This is a promissory note for $2,280, where you promised to pay back $100 a month. Now, I don't doubt that that scenario could have happened.
Yes, ma'am.
I mean, you're an intelligent young woman. Why would you sign something like this?
Because we were friends, and she said she needed the money for her new baby to get her bills consolidated so she wouldn't be in a bind.
Very possible.
Yeah.
Now, you paid her back some. Let me see the receipts of what you paid her.
I never got any receipts. I gave Regina cash. My sister was with me every time I paid her.
all the receipts. She has made 3 payments.
You never gave me a receipt.
You never. Because you never paid.
You never gave me no receipt.
I paid.
Where you gave the receipt to?
Don't fight with each other. Listen to me.
Don't
fight with each other.
Yeah, I'm going to have a receipt.
Shh, don't fight with each other. Don't speak to
She
each other.
wouldn't have a receipt, Judge Judy, because she never went and paid the loan. I had to go and track her down every 20th of the month, 25th, and go and make the payments myself, go to this place.
How many payments did she make?
She made 3.
Of $300?
She made 3 payments of 3, so that's $300, and I've been making them ever since.
Can my sister please speak, Judge Judy?
Sure.
Come on, please.
Go ahead.
They made the transaction at my house, and it was $700 that Regina counted out to my sister at my house. Then we went and we paid on the checks. Me, my mom, and my sister went and paid on the checks. And I was with Lisa on a couple of occasions when she did make the payments to Regina. Regina came over to my house to get the payment. The young lady that's with her now, she don't even know where I stay. I never met her. It's my first time ever meeting her. And we went up to the hospital to also give Regina some money, too.
So? I have a piece of paper here. It is a contract. It says, I will pay back this amount of money. If there was a side contract that it wasn't going to be that much money, and I'm not doubting that it's possible that that happened, but I'm not dealing with an unintelligent young woman here.
You're right.
I'm dealing with an intelligent young woman. You have a contract. You agreed. It was notarized. You went in to somebody actually to have it notarized. The signature's notarized. So you were aware that this was a binding sort of contract.
You know, Judge Judy, you know, it's ironic that this would come up after Regina was under investigation at Spummer Regional Medical Center for going into her baby's new girlfriend's files. And I told her, me and her went to college together, and we went through too much to get to where we was at. And if they ever came to me and asked me, was she the one that went in her files
and they would see that
found
you
out.
pulled up her.
All right, listen, I'm not.
No, ma'am. No, ma'am. No, ma'am. You know you did it.
Miss Boozer. Miss Boozer.
Yes,
She's
ma'am.
saying she don't have.
Listen to me.
I don't have S6.
1, 2, 3, and you're out of here. I'm not a young person anymore. I don't like to shout.
Real cases, real people. Judge Judy. Regina Harper says former friend Lisa Boozer refuses to pay back a loan.
You borrowed this money in June.
Yes, ma'am.
And the interest was substantial. And according to you, and even according to your witness, you made no more than 3 payments on the $700 because that's all she's prepared to testify to. Why didn't you pay the rest? Why? No, don't make up a story. Why didn't you pay the rest?
I paid her the rest. I made, the last payment I gave her was January when I received the court papers.
When you paid her in January, did you get a receipt?
No.
Then I don't believe you. And I'm going to tell you why. Then I'm going to tell you why. Did you pay her by check?
No.
Then I'm going to tell you why. Because unless you are really thick, somebody sues you, and you want to make your final payment. And you say that I won't owe you anything, even though the amount that she was suing you for was different. If you give her the money, you at least say, at least this time, I'm going to do it by a money order so that I have a record. I'm going to do it with a receipt so I have a record. I'll do it by check so I have a record. But you don't just go and hand her the money in cash. So I don't believe you. Judgment for the plaintiff in the amount requested in the amount of $1,700. That's all.
Parties are excused. You may step out.
I think that, she need to go get a life and find her baby's father.
She never was my friend. And when she get back home, she will be picked up because she wrote another check in December.
She goes into her ex-boyfriend's new girlfriend's files and finds out that she has breast cancer. And was going around Spartanburg and tell everybody.
Stay away from this one.
And now the next case.
All parties in the matter of Oakley versus Graham. Step forward, please.
50-year-old construction worker Mike Oakley is suing 44-year-old contractor Hans Graham for running him off the road and assaulting him in a fit of road rage. Hans claims Mike started it.
All right, you two gentlemen were in your cars. You don't know each other. And there was an incident that looked to me like a little bit of road rage. Mr. Oakley, you claimed that the defendant caused damage to your car.
Yes.
You want to tell me first when this happened?
This happened November 9th, 6:20 a.m.
Where were you going or coming from, sir?
I was going to work up I-15 out of San Diego.
Was it light or dark out?
It was just getting light.
What kind of car were you driving?
2002 Toyota truck.
Okay, tell me what happened.
I was in the second lane, which is right next to the fast lane, which I travel that lane.
How many lanes are there altogether?
There was 6.
Go ahead.
We were just going along, and
who was with you?
Donnie is he works for our company too. He's a carpooler. He rides with me.
Okay.
Driving along, and we got slow traffic in the second lane. It was down to about 60 miles an hour, and I signaled, moved over into the fast lane. Before I knew it, Mr. Graham was on my rear end, and he went to go around me in the second lane. He went past me and cut back into the first lane, and that's where he clipped me and knocked me out of control. I went left, I went right, I went left again and got it under control. I pulled off the road because I couldn't go to the right, there were so many lanes. I pulled off. He had pulled off in front of me about 30, 40 feet. Got out of my truck. As soon as I shut my door, Mr. Graham was right on top of me, saying that he was going to kick my... And he pushed me, and I fell over the little wall that's in between the freeways. I got back up, went to the back of my truck, reached in for a hammer because I didn't know what this guy was going to do next. He came down the side of the truck, stopped there. He went towards the window and asked Donnie if he would like a little bit of this too, and he punched the window. The window didn't break, and after that he came back again, and he stopped and went back to his truck. He wrote down some information, I guess, and he threw the information at me, said I had to go to work, and he left the scene.
Let me see the police report, please.
Mm-hmm.
What is that piece of cardboard that you have, sir?
That's showing how the accident happened. This is Mr. Graham. This is me, and this is Mr. Graham. He came up behind us. I guess this is the wrong way. There we go. I'm sorry. Well, he was in the one lane.
You're the red car. Listen to me. In the way
No,
you
I'm
have
not
that
the red-
diagram.
I'm in the second lane here. I moved over, and when he went around...
I said you're the red
yes,
car.
You're absolutely right. I'm sorry.
Okay, you're the red car.
Okay. So I moved over into this lane.
Okay, and probably what you did was you cut him off. Is that right, Mr. Graham?
Yes, ma'am.
You cut him off.
I
He
got in
got
front of him.
angry.
Yes.
So he went around you
Went around me.
to get back in front of you to cut you off.
Yes. And he clipped my front end. No,
Okay. I'm going to get to you in a second.
Thank you.
Can I see What kind of damage was done to your truck, please?
I have the pictures here. It's kind of hard to see because of the light, and here's the estimate for the damage.
What kind of deductible do you have, sir?
$1,000.
Okay, now, Mr. Graham, I'll hear you, sir.
Is that the amended police report? Because there was actually two, and I never got the amended one. This was the first one filed. Okay, he left out a couple key facts there. He cut me off, straight off, underneath, couldn't even see his lights. I couldn't even hit my brakes. I went around him and actually kept my tires still in this lane here. When we went up here, I was not concentrating on him. There was another car beside me. I was holding on to my steering wheel, watching this car here. Boom, all of a sudden we make contact. I look back to see him lose control of his vehicle.
Mr. Graham, why did you attempt to get back into the
I didn't. I stayed straight. I went around him. When he made the lane change, he actually went too far over. I mean, he came in front of me quick, and he knows it. He knows he cut me off. You ask him point blank. He
Mr.
cut
Graham,
me off.
that may have happened, sir.
Okay, I didn't even see his lights.
No, listen to me. That may have happened, sir. Let's say he didn't look before he put on his signal. Now, I have, in fact, in my lifetime, seen some drivers. They do the following. They put on their signal, then they change lanes, and then they look. And I'll say to them, no, you got the order wrong. The order is you put on your blinker, then you look. If it's clear, then you change lanes.
That's not what he did. He went...
Okay. So, Mr. Graham, do you think that he did that because he wanted to get into an accident or because he just wasn't thinking?
He wasn't thinking.
Right. Just stop right there. So if somebody's not thinking, I mean, he wasn't a nut, just wasn't thinking. And I've seen that. I'm sure that most of us have been in that situation where, you know, you're thinking about something else and you want to change a lane, or you're getting on a highway and, you know, you're looking in one direction, you get on the parkway, and all of a sudden you see a car. It comes out of nowhere. That's what causes accidents. But why did you get so angry?
Well...
You got Mr. Graham.
Not yet. Can I finish? You told me let me have my chance to talk.
You got angry because he cut you off.
No, I didn't. Everything happened so quick, I had to get by him. I had another car here. I got angry when we got out of the truck, and that's where he left out more key parts. We weren't 30 feet apart. Our truck was 10 feet apart. I walked to the back of my truck. He threw his door open, got out, threw his hands up, and said, "Why didn't you let me in?" And when he took a step towards me, I stepped towards him. He wasn't going to hit me, so I pushed him. He fell down.
No, Mr. Graham. Listen to me, sir. I read your answer very carefully. You said when he got out of the truck, he said to you, "Why didn't you let me in?" And then you wrote, "I pushed him."
No, he threw his hands up. I'm telling you, he threw his hands up.
So he threw his hands up. You said, "So I pushed him." And then you say, he jumped back up, which means you pushed him hard enough to knock him down.
Yes, ma'am. He fell down.
So when I say to you, Mr. Graham, that you were angry, can't say to me I wasn't angry.
Oh, no.
You were angry.
I was angry when I got out of the truck. Yes,
You
ma'am.
were angry before you got out of the truck.
No, ma'am.
Well, I think you were.
Well, I didn't have time. It happened like 1, 2, 3. And then he jumped up and he went to his window that I hit, and he told his buddy, "Are you going to get out of the truck or what?" And that's when I said, "Yeah, come on, get out of the truck."
Mr. Graham, why did you, just a second, you just said you went over to his buddy where you had just hit the window. Why did you hit his window?
No, he went to his buddy.
No, you said to me, "I just hit the window."
I did.
You said to me, "I hit the window."
Yes, ma'am. But why did
you hit his window?
I'm talking to his buddy. Go ahead, get out of the truck. Come on, get out of the truck.
You were out of control. You were out of control. He may have done the wrong thing by cutting you off. And if he got out of the car and say, "Why didn't you let me in?" And maybe it's possible that it's not as I had originally thought, that he just wasn't looking, but that he wanted to get over, and maybe you weren't letting him in, and he went over anyway. That's a possibility. But my sense of what happened here is you totally overreacted to a situation.
It's incorrect, Your Honor.
Where were you going to, Mr.
I was
Gray?
going to work. I was going to a job where I install a marble and granite, and I had a marble delivery there I had to sign for. I was not out of control. If I would have been out of control, I would have thumped him.
You were out of control, sir, because you put your hands on him first, and then you went over to...
He stepped towards me with his hands in the air.
No.
Yes, ma'am, he did.
No. I don't believe that, sir. I don't
Okay.
believe that he stepped towards you with his hands in the air in a combative position. If he did, I'm telling you, based upon your posture here today, you would have hit him, not pushed him. And then after that happened, you went over to his friend. I'm speaking. You went over to his friend who was in the passenger seat, and you banged on the window.
No, but
Judge,
I was
for the
under
plaintiff
control.
in the amount of $1,000. That's all.
We're not going to look at the pictures or anything?
I just did.
Excuse you may one on the calendar in the matter of Griffin versus Moore.
Thank you, Bert.
Parties have been sworn in, Judge. You may be seated. Folks, have seats.
According to your complaint, you and the defendant met when I believe her husband and your son were incarcerated together.
Yes, ma'am.
Your complaint alleges that you developed a friendship and you allowed the defendant to charge certain items on your credit card with the agreement that she would repay you or pay the bill as it came in. Initially she did, then she stopped. And you allege that when she stopped paying, she owed you $842.
That's correct, Your Honor.
So when did you first meet the defendant?
I think approximately about a year ago. My son was incarcerated, and he was her husband's roommate. So we became good friends, and we would go shopping at the Avenue, and every time she would charge anything, she was so good about paying it. I mean, it was probably most of the time before it even became due. When my son got out of incarceration, she had a type of attraction to my son. It became almost impossible for me to have conversations with her because I did not want to be in the middle.
Your Honor, that's not the truth.
Just a second.
And after a lot of harassing phone calls, I had asked to quit because I couldn't take it anymore. Then at that time, she refused to pay for what was left to be owed on my credit cards.
What was left?
This is the deposits of as far back as we started this. These are all that she's charged, all she's paid. What she owes is left.
So she paid on time until October?
Yes, ma'am. Till the end of October.
Okay, now I'll hear you.
What she said is correct as far as our friendship. Her son was incarcerated with my husband. When things went bad was because her son had a drug problem. And I tried to help him.
Your Honor, this is irrelevant.
Just a second.
Her son asked me for a ride to the interstate. I took him to my house instead of the interstate. Miss Griffin got to my house before we did. Basically, her son had took a video camera from her. She had searched her son's coat. She pulled out the camera. So then she left, and her son was still there with me. I then took her son to his girlfriend that lived in Charleston, and that's when his mother, she turned against me. She told me our friendship was over because I tried to help her son.
What date was that?
Ma'am, to be honest with you, I'm not sure.
Okay. She says that you did not pay the October bill, which
Ma'am,
is $800.
I have a check.
Which is $800. Listen to me.
Okay.
Which is $846.05.
Yes, ma'am, I understand
the October
that.
bill. Okay, let me see.
And I'm not denying that there were credit card charges. There were. I have a check from State Street Bank that was given, that it was a 401k check that I received from my employer. I have a copy of the front and back of that check that I gave her permission to go get out of my post office box and endorse and deposit into her account. She gave me $368 back.
May I see it, please?
And I have it where she endorsed my name and her name on the back. That's not my signature. Because at the time I was on a medical leave, she knew that my money was a little tight. I told her to take the check to pay for the bills because I never missed paying her.
I'm just trying to find the date on this, when she endorsed it.
It was on 10/27 on my, it's on I think the second or third page of my bank account statements, and you'll see right next to it where I cashed a check for the exact amount and gave it to Miss Moore at my home right in front of my husband. He'll be a witness to that.
Her husband has never been present.
Just a second.
We've made any
Just a
charges or any money exchange.
Just a second. So what you're telling me, Miss Griffin, is that at the time your friendship was coming to an end, the defendant gave you a check, which you did in fact cash, in the amount of $1,012.99.
Yes, ma'am.
And you gave her the entire amount of money.
Yes, ma'am.
Doesn't make sense to me, Miss Griffin.
That weekend, Miss Moore came to my house
Yeah.
I gave her the full amount of cash, handed it to her.
Right.
She said she wanted to give me $300 because she had a rainbow rental or something that was pressing and had to be paid. And she said when she got her check on Tuesday...
Let me see the rest of her papers, please.
When she got the rest of her check on Tuesday, that she would take care of the rest of it.
Your Honor, I could have...
And the whole time Miss Moore was out on disability...
Just a second.
I could have cashed that check myself.
I cashed her check because she did not have a bank account at that time. I took care of things for her. She had some drug problem, and she tried to commit suicide.
Not interested in that.
Well,
Your
I mean,
Honor,
I
that
was
is
there
not true.
taking
I
care
have
of her.
police
I
reports.
didn't want to turn my back on her.
Your Honor, that is...
Were there any witnesses present to the transfer of this $1,012 to Miss Moore
My
on the
husband,
27th?
Michael Griffin, was there.
See here?
Yes,
Your
ma'am.
Honor, he was never present during any of these things.
Just a second.
It was just me and her.
Go ahead.
Mrs. Moore wanted to meet with my wife at our home because whoever she was seeing for therapeutic reasons told her to come to closure between Kevin and Nancy. And I was standing right there in my bedroom. She was sitting in the blue chair to the left of my bed when Nancy handed her $1,012 and change, and Rebecca handed her back $300 to deposit in Nancy's account.
No, ma'am, that is not true. Mr. Griffin was never
Now,
present
just a
during
second.
any of these transactions.
Just a second. I don't see whether she was given credit for the $300.
On the first page, every deposit that she made to me is on the left. Every bill that I wrote to the Avenue or any of my other credit cards
is what you're telling
to the right.
Is what you're telling me that at the time she made these purchases in October, she still had an outstanding bill to you?
Yes, ma'am.
Your Honor, also Mrs. Griffin shopped along with me, and she had stuff on that bill as well, where our stuff was added together and not separately.
That's wrong, Your Honor. If you look at my receipts, I've been very careful, and she had one receipt, and I had one receipt.
Always a big mistake.
Your Honor, and
you know, you understand this is always a big mistake to do.
Yes, ma'am, I do.
Okay. Miss Griffin, who would appears over an extended period of time, had been very good to you financially by allowing you to make these purchases when you didn't have the cash to do it.
Yes, ma'am.
Would all of a sudden say that you have an outstanding bill to her of $846 when you didn't?
Your Honor, like I said, when our friendship separated, it was due to the fact that her son stole from me and he went to jail for a drug charge.
That's untrue, Your
Honor.
Honor.
I have the police report here. That's when mine and her friendship went sour, because her son came to me, he asked me for help. He spent 3 days at my home when she didn't know where he was. When I told her that he had been at my home, she got very upset with me for not contacting her.
What date was that?
It was before Halloween.
11/3.
So it was after this?
No, this was the weekend prior to 11/3.
Was it before or after the $1,000 check was cashed by the plaintiff?
This was after.
Is that right?
Yes, ma'am. We were still very much a part of each other's lives at that time. She had continued to call. I said, please do not call me anymore. I got so upset that I wound up in the hospital on her last phone call.
Okay.
Your Honor, I
believe you, sir. Listen to me. I believe you, sir, when you indicate that $1,012 was passed. Were you present when $300 was given to your wife?
Yes, Your Honor.
How was that given?
In cash.
$100 bill?
Rebecca, pardon me, Your Honor. Rebecca handed back cash, $300 cash to Nancy.
Not true, Your Honor. That is not true. And I have somebody
You have
here
your
with,
bank records with you?
No, because at the time I did not have a bank account. She was correct about that. I did not have a bank account. But I could have cashed that check myself through my employer's bank.
But you didn't.
But I always cashed my checks by myself. She never did it before.
You said you had a witness. I'll hear your witness if your witness has anything germane. If he does.
Yes,
What is your name?
Alan Young. I've been a friend of Rebecca's for 15 years. Becky asked me would I give her a loan of $300 because she owed Mrs. Griffith some money. She borrowed money from me that night because she said she had to pay on her rent or something. So I kind of believed her.
What is your rent, Miss Moore?
$385.
Well, even if she took all the money she owed you, you still had the $300 for rent.
I understand.
So why did
that.
you need to borrow money from him for?
Because I had additional bills that I owed for besides paying her. But I wanted to pay her and have her out of the way because I always paid her before the bills were due.
Do you have the statement from your account, Ms. Griffin, as to what payments you made on the account in November?
Yes, ma'am, that would be right. And those payments there, I'll be glad
I
to
see.
show
You
them to
made a deposit on the 30th of October.
Yes, ma'am.
Your Honor, she was paid in full when she received that check.
No, ma'am, I was not.
Yes, you were.
No, I don't think so. I don't think so because I see no other basis for her depositing only $300 into her checking account on the 30th
Well, Your
of
Honor,
October.
I can't help if that's the only thing she deposited. She was paid.
I have to make a determination based upon evidence. The evidence indicates that on or about the time that that check was cashed, she did deposit $300 into her account. So I'm entering a judgment for the plaintiff in the amount of $842. That's all.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Parties are excused. You may step out.
To jail Monday.
She is married, and at the time I had a fiance.
I lost a friendship on kind of her son's drug problem.
She knew that, and she was still coming on to me.
She can't rule everybody.
The next case.
All parties on Gregorian versus Scaturio. Step forward, please.
23-year-old cashier Mariam Gregorian is suing former live-in boyfriend, 23-year-old salesman Scott Scaturio, for his share of a security deposit. Scott is countersuing for the cost to rent a U-Haul, storage costs, and harassment.
Ms. Gregorian, you and the defendant lived together. Were you boyfriend and girlfriend at the time? According to your complaint, you had an arrangement with the defendant that since he had no money, you would put down the security deposit on the apartment, and he was to reimburse you for half.
For half, yes.
And half of the security deposit was $600?
Yes.
And you also say that the time that you left the apartment, because he was threatening, you gave him an additional $200.
For April's month's rent, yes.
So he says that you actually owe him money because he was forced, as a result of your leaving, to hire a U-Hauler to take all of his furniture out. Is that right?
Correct.
And that was not the agreement, that you were going to reimburse her for half of the security deposit. Your agreement was she would pay for the security deposit, first, last, etc., and you would pay for the household furnishings and all of the household appliances.
Correct.
Right?
Correct.
When did you move in together?
We moved in February 1st together.
And when did you leave the apartment?
April 2nd.
And you had had an argument at that time?
Yes, we did.
Okay. So you were ready to call it quits, and you were ready to call it quits, I assume.
Correct.
Is that right?
Correct.
Now, you agree that she did put down this $1,200.
The $1,200, correct.
And to fulfill your part of the obligation, you purchased all the furniture.
Correct.
And you purchased all the appliances.
Correct.
In the U-Haul that you hired, did you put all the furniture?
Yes.
And did you put all the appliances that you purchased?
Yes.
Did she take any of the furniture?
No.
Did she take any of the appliances?
No, ma'am.
Well, so then let's understand this. On the one side, she put down the $1,200. You purchased all the stuff, but you have all the stuff,
Correct.
right? She's out the $1,200, including half that should be yours, right?
No, because that wasn't the agreement.
Well, the understanding was that if she put down, according to you, that if she put down the $1,200, your capital contribution to the apartment would be, I assume, purchasing furniture and appliances about the same amount of money, $1,200.
Correct.
Did you spend $1,200?
About that, maybe a little more.
But you haven't. You didn't say to her, I'll give you half, right?
Correct.
Why not?
Because the agreement was before we even took the apartment that if anything should happen to the relationship, that we would at least stay as roommates in the apartment.
Nobody stays on as roommates. That's stupid. In any event, sir, I don't believe you had that conversation. So what I'm asking you is, let's talk about money. Let's say you spent $1,200 on furniture, appliances. She spent $1,200, right? Each of you should be out $600. That's math. I'm not really good at math. But am I making myself clear to you, Bird?
Very.
Right. So you got $1,200 worth of furniture and appliances. That's on your side. But you kept it. Now, you want to give her $600, you want to give her half the furniture?
I'm not going to give her half the furniture.
So that's $600 for you. Now tell me about this $200.
The $200 was April 2nd when I left. He told me I owe him April's rent. And I felt that I didn't need to because it was April 2nd. It wasn't a complete month yet. I didn't need to give him anything.
But you did?
But I did, because at the time that he had a spare key to my car, and he told me that he would hide my car if he needed to until I gave him the money. And I took the $200 and I basically threw it at him.
So, cheap price, $200. You don't get that back. You get your $6, because I believe that that was your agreement. Now, you hired a U-Haul it. Why didn't you stay in the apartment?
Because due to her leaving, I mean, I couldn't afford the apartment on my own.
Well, just a minute. How much was the rent?
$600 a month.
And she had already given you $2 for April.
She had not given me $2 for April. During the argument, she actually opened her closet, which she already had her stuff packed, and just left.
She didn't give you an additional $200?
No, I left the apartment before she even finished taking her stuff out.
Really?
Your Honor, that's not true, because we were fighting, and there was a person on the phone. He was speaking to his mother and a friend of his, telling them how I started out being a psychopath. He sat there and watched me leave and pack up.
What date did you move out?
I believe it was the first week in May.
You stayed for the entire month of April.
Yes.
So you lived there. She didn't, right?
Correct.
So you pay for it. And then you had to move because of the rent. Where did you move to?
I'm actually staying with my sister right now.
Okay, you paying any rent there?
No.
Well, look at it this way. You spent $300 for a U-Haul?
Approximately, yes.
That would have been your share of the $300 worth of rent, right?
Correct.
And you couldn't afford the apartment anyway, right? So, and you got all that nice furniture. So what are you complaining about?
Your Honor, can I say something?
No, I want to ask him I want to find out what he's complaining about.
Actually, what I'm complaining about is, Your Honor, she stated in the police report, actually, when she filed for court, that I threatened her life and I threatened to do her harm. She actually, I have mail here, which she had actually forwarded to my sister's address. If I was threatening her life, I don't understand why she would forward mail to my sister's address where she knows that I go, when I also have police reports stating that they heard messages of her threatening to kill me, etc., etc.
Well, let me see the letter that you have, sir. I don't know exactly what you're talking about, but let me take a look at it.
I forwarded the mail to her sister's address, because at the time when I had nowhere to go, she offered to take me in. That's why I did it.
Whatever. It's really not dispositive of anything. All right, you owe $600. Your counterclaim is dismissed. Judgment for the plaintiff in the amount of $600. That's all.
Parties are excused. I've been sworn in, Judge. You may be seated. Folks, have seats, please.
Ms. Soule, you and the defendant have a child together.
Yes.
According to your complaint, the defendant came to visit the child and stayed overnight.
Mm-hmm.
You claim that he stole your wallet, which contained your debit card, and used it to the tune of $175.
Yes.
And the defendant says he didn't do it. Now, you didn't see him take your wallet.
No, I did not.
But you had your wallet when he was there.
Yes, I did.
And then from your complaint, when he left, you went to work the next day and you didn't have your wallet. What did you do at that point?
Well, I decided, I thought maybe I misplaced it somewhere, so I looked all over the place. It was not there. So I called his cell phone, which is the only number I have, and I left message after message to call me back to see if maybe he saw it somewhere. And he never called me back for days and days and days, and I didn't hear from him until like 2 days ago. But I started getting overdraft charges at my bank. They started mailing me overdraft charges.
Give me the date that he was there.
February 17th of this last year.
Okay, go ahead.
So they gave me a printout of my bank statement. So I have here printed out, circled the ones that I did not do. So they went and they started filling out paperwork to do an investigation to find the money. So all my money is on hold, but I have proof here from that. So I went to the places on the paper to talk to the people that work there, maybe get receipts. Were they
stores?
Yes, they're stores and a gas station. And I got credit slips.
Purchased from?
Pyromania Glass Studio.
What is that?
It's a glass blowing place. They buy glass floats.
Uh-huh.
I mean, that's all I saw when I went in there.
Okay, and what other store?
Chevron gas station.
So whoever it was who took your wallet made a purchase and used a debit card for $145 for a piece of glass.
Yes.
And then $30 for gas.
Yes.
Okay. Were you able to get the receipts?
I was, and they made copies for me. And right now I have a witness right now, Rena Salzer, who is a handwriting expert, and she can verify that those are Scott's handwriting.
So on the 17th, which was the day he left, left on the 17th. So on the 17th, someone purchased this piece of glass for $145. And then on the 18th, someone purchased gas for $30.
And I knew that wasn't me. I only get gas in Toledo, so that wasn't me.
And this is in
Newport.
Newport,
Oregon.
Oregon. Where does he live?
Newport, Oregon. Well, I don't know where he lives. He stays wherever he wants, but...
Is that where you were living, in Newport, Oregon?
I am now. I wasn't at the time. I was living in Toledo.
What are you doing in Newport, Oregon now? Who lives there now?
That's just where I ended up living, just because I didn't feel like living with my parents anymore. Didn't feel like staying with my mom's. And as far as her wallet goes, I would have been gone the day before, but she refused to give me a ride home. And I've never seen her wallet. I have my own.
Ah, you have your own wallet.
Yeah.
But you don't have your own debit card.
I don't need a debit card.
Okay. Let me hear you witness. Is that you?
Rena.
Step up, please. Tell me your name.
Rena Salzer.
Ms. Salzer, I have a few preliminary questions before I can permit you to testify as an expert witness. First, I'd like to ask Mr. Gifford, I want you to look at these two documents, sir. I want you to look at the handwriting on these two documents, and I want you to tell me if you recognize that handwriting.
Nope. Looks like it could be anyone's handwriting to me.
I didn't ask you that.
No, don't recognize it.
Okay. How long, by the way, did you live together?
Off and on for about a year. We were only dating for a couple of months.
And how old is your child?
She'll be 2 on the 2nd of May.
Okay, but you lived together for a year?
Off and on.
Off and on. Who paid the bills?
Me.
I just have to know whether he had an opportunity to see your signature.
Yeah. Well, my license was in my wallet also. And on the license,
it's signed.
Your signature, yes.
Okay. All right, Ms. Salzer, have you ever testified as an expert witness in any court?
No. I've worked with attorneys on various cases that have involved questioned documents, but none of the cases have gone to court.
Okay, so you have been utilized by attorneys, by private
Correct.
attorneys. Are you registered anywhere as a handwriting analyst?
Yes, I am on the public defender's list.
Where?
Los Angeles.
What kind of credentials do you have to present in order to go on the public defender's list?
I have to present my education in the field, as well as the fact that I have apprenticed with a board-certified document examiner for the past several years.
With whom have you apprenticed?
Eva Salzer.
Is that your mother?
In-law.
Mother-in-law. But you have been certified to be on the public defender's list as an analyst in documents.
Correct.
Okay. Did you have an opportunity to examine this document?
Yes.
You have to look at it first.
And I also have exemplars of Mr. Gifford here, if you would like to see them.
How did you obtain the handwriting exemplars of the defendants?
They were given to me upon my arrival here today.
Here?
Correct.
Good. So your analysis of the handwriting was really done today?
Correct.
Can I see the handwriting exemplars that were furnished by Mr. Gifford? Would you show these exemplars to Mr. Gifford so that he can verify that this is his handwriting? Is your handwriting, is it not, sir?
Yep, sure is.
Okay. Were you able, Ms. Salzer, to draw with a reasonable degree of scientific certainty a conclusion with regard to whether it was Mr. Gifford who signed the plaintiff's name to these two debit slips?
Yes.
And what was the conclusion that you drew?
My professional opinion is that it is highly probable that Mr. Gifford executed the questioned signatures.
Real cases, real people. Judge Judy. Carrie Soule claims ex-boyfriend Scott Gifford stole her wallet and used her debit card. Testifying on Carrie's behalf is handwriting expert Rena Salzer.
Now, on what do you base that?
The idiosyncrasies present in Mr. Gifford's handwriting, or his signatures, are also present in the questioned signatures of Ms. Soule.
Explain it to me. I have both in front of me.
Okay. The formation of the capital S is identical. It is a rather peculiar formation at that, so that is definitely an identifying characteristic. They both have the same slant and letter proportion. You'll notice that the height of the upper extensions goes quite high up.
Mm-hmm.
The eye dots are dashed. The connecting strokes are rather jagged, so the movement of the writing is very jerky looking. The relationship to the baseline is also consistent. It either rests on it, goes a little bit below, or a little bit above. The stroke structure of the small a and o is also formed similarly, an initial loop that is horizontal in the way that it is formed. The combination of all of these characteristics tells me that the writer of the question signatures and the exemplars of Mr. Gifford are the same. The only thing that would make my opinion stronger is if Mr. Gifford were to sign Ms. Soule's name right now.
Well, the problem is he is already on notice, Ms. Salsa, so that...
Okay.
Do you understand? He's
Yes.
already on notice that that's what you're asking him to do. But I have followed very carefully your testimony with regard to the various structures of the letters, with regard to how he dots both signatures, the letters that you refer to. So I believe that you are, in all probability, correct with regard to your ultimate analysis, that within a reasonable degree of certainty, you can say that the same person signed these documents. Mr. Gifford, let me explain something to you. This is not a criminal proceeding. I don't know whether in a criminal proceeding, certainly you had the opportunity to take the plaintiff's wallet. You probably had the inclination as well, because according to you, in the few words that you've said so far here today, you were royally annoyed that she would not give you a ride home. I have examined these handwriting exemplars that you gave as relating to the documents that were signed, the forged documents, and I do believe that you forged her signature, which means that you stole her wallet and her debit card. Could I say that beyond a reasonable doubt? Probably not. Fortunately, in this proceeding, that is not the burden of proof. The burden of proof here is a mere preponderance of the evidence. More evidence than not that you're a thief, which I find. Judgment for the plaintiff in the amount of $175. That's all.
Parties are excused. You may step out.
He's been stealing from a lot of people. He stole from me before, and I should have known better.
There's a bunch of people that could have a bunch of different signatures. I was out camping, still have no clue what she's talking about.
Stay away from men like that.
Thought that I don't want to be with her.
And now the next case.
All parties in the matter of Solomon versus Guerrero, step forward, please.
23-year-old administrative assistant Desiree Solomon is suing her former live-in boyfriend, 31-year-old salesman Anthony Guerrero, for carpeting, a bedroom set, and a cell phone bill. Anthony is countersuing. He wants the big screen TV.
Ms. Solomon, according to your complaint, you and the defendant were in a relationship. You moved into a home that was owned by the defendant's mother.
Correct.
You say it was in relatively poor condition at the time. The defendant had his daughter living with him. Is that right, sir?
Every other weekend.
You worked on the house, cleaned the house, painted some painting. But in addition to that, you claim that you purchased carpeting for the house.
Correct.
You purchased a bedroom set for the defendant's daughter.
Correct.
And then there was an issue of a cell phone bill. You separated because you claim there was some sort of an altercation with the defendant, and you want to be reimbursed for the carpeting, the cell phone bill, and his daughter's bedroom set. The defendant says that the carpeting was your idea, that the bedroom set was also your idea and a gift to the child, and he doesn't know anything about the cell phone bill. We'll get to that. But he is counterclaiming because he says when you left, you took a large screen TV that belongs to him. Correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. When did you separate?
September of 2001.
When was the carpeting purchased?
August of 2001.
Now, tell me about the carpet purchase.
I spoke with Mr. Guerrero, and he didn't have good credit because he had a bankruptcy on his credit due to a DUI, and I purchased the carpet for the house.
No, that doesn't tell me anything. That doesn't tell me that it was a loan.
Well, he knew that was an agreement. He told me he would pay me back for this carpet if I purchased it for this house.
Tell me the conversation as you remember it.
I think I remember it. We talked to each other on the phone, and we came to the agreement. He had some green carpet in there that was his mother and his stepfather lived in, and he smoked, and the carpet was just kind of like riddled with smoke, and his dad, I think his stepdad was like alcoholic, and it just didn't have a good smell to it.
Let me hear the conversation. Usually when two people are living together and they want to buy something, they say, listen, the carpeting is really gross.
Right. And
let's get rid of it.
And that was the conversation, and he agreed to pay for the carpeting.
Is that right, sir?
No, ma'am.
Let me hear the story.
Your Honor, if we would have had a conversation like that, we probably would have had it at the house where we sit down and made a decision
Tell
like
me
that.
how the carpeting came to be put down in the house.
She went to the carpet place, picked the carpet out, picked the design of the carpet, made the color of the carpet all by herself, told me, hey, can you take this day off? I bought carpet, and they're going to be putting it in this day. Can you take this day off and be there to do it? I said, you did what? And she goes, yes, I got carpet. I go, why? Well, it doesn't match the furniture. it's green and the furniture is, you know, a beige color, and I'm like,